This is Fed Smoker. He looks like a normal guy, right?
Yes.
It's not manic at all. This is him pulling his tooth out with a knife. He's got like this karambit. He just, with a broken tip on it, he just rips a tooth out. Have you seen that?
You want to take
Oh my
yourself
God,
a
look at
Yeah,
this car.
I know. Oh.
Oh, God, I think I got it. Look at that fucking thing. That's the way you do it at Falcon Car Wash.
Falcon car wash, baby.
Mike has joined me today. Both mics were supposed to join me today.
Yes.
But this mic is the only mic that is here because the other one's pussy is hurting.
Always.
Yeah, so we're back for another episode. I know it's been a while. It's been a few weeks. That's mostly because a few people fell through and the holidays. Holidays have been a big time. You know, everyone's like, I'm going to go see my family that I never see. And then they go on leave and then they just fucking kind of disappear. But anyway, it is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, because who wants to see family?
I know. Like coming home on leave. A lot of people regret coming home on leave. I fortunately didn't because my first home leave was the last Christmas I spent with my grandpa. So I got to, see him one more time before he passed. And then the next leave after that, I came home for his funeral. And then, the next leave home after that one was when I came home for good.
Yeah.
And I think the only other leave I took, I was still in Europe. I stayed. My ex came and visited me.
Every time I took leave, I came home. Sometimes I wish I would have went,
Somewhere else.
Like my friends' homes,
Well, because one of the things that people don't really understand is that, we'll take leave, and by the time we come back, nobody wants anything to do with us.
Yeah.
Or they want us to come to them. All the money that we spend to travel and all the time we put into traveling, they can't fucking take 10 minutes out of their way
To come to my house.
to come see us.
Yeah. Don't happen like that.
So let me double check article scene real quick. Yeah, okay, we're good. So, yeah. But before we go any further into conversation, we're going to talk about some topics. And then we're going to do a year-in review for the past year because a lot of shit happened. A lot of shit happened in our lives.
Keep sounding like you're saying year in review.
Year-in review. Make sure that you don't turn your back to the camera, which is right there.
Yeah, hey, camera.
You camera shy cunt. So first thing, last episode we talked about how Epic was being sued by some law firm claiming that Fortnite was too addictive for children. And they're going to be facing a lawsuit about that. But there's a lawsuit that they had with the FTC, and they just paid it out. It was a $245 million settlement, which alleges Fortnite owner Epic Games used digital dark patterns to charge players for unwanted in-game purchases, and it was mostly aimed at children. However,
fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids. Actually, and I've said this on the last episode, the irresponsibility of children in this game is a parental issue. It's 100% on the fucking parents. And the reason why I say that is because there are things in place that keep kids from purchasing shit. And there's limitations to purchases that people can make on Fortnite that the parents can implement. And and so there's parental control there. It's on the parents for not monitoring this, So we're going to talk about that. The next thing we're going to talk about is that there's a popular YouTube channel that got hit with a copyright strike from Nintendo because Nintendo is the least community-friendly fucking corporation out there. They make great games, but when it comes to their community trying to support their shit, they face all kinds of bullshit from Nintendo, like their Smash Brothers tournaments keep getting shut down, all that stuff. And then now they're notorious for copyright strikes.
I mean, they have
and lawsuits
games, but I mean, let's be honest. OG Mario is really all that I ever really cared for on Nintendo.
Well, most people or other Nintendo characters got Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, Smash Bros is always fun too, but they just have their few primary games.
They're a niche thing,
and that's really it.
Nintendo's a very niche.
Who the hell's gonna buy Call of Duty on Nintendo?
Nobody. I don't even think you can.
You used to be able to. Remember World at War came out on the Nintendo. On the
Oh yeah, on the Wii.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah, because it's not made to perform that. Well, he was doing a documentary video on his YouTube channel about this game called the Heroes of Hyrule, which was basically like a Legend of Zelda game, and it got scrapped. And this is, by the way, this project that got scrapped was 20 years ago, and they did a copyright strike. And there's a lot of bullshit reasons that Nintendo claimed for this copyright strike, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. So a legendary programmer in the VR world who worked for Meta is leaving Meta. And he says that, so John Carmack is leaving Meta, and he says, this is the end of my decade in VR. He's a Doom co-creator and a long champion of VR as a crucial next step in the computer technology. So Meta is doing so fucking bad. They've lost $15 billion or some shit
Must be nice.
on just the metaverse stuff, because it's not going anywhere. And did we ever talk about like the whole, when me and you talk about like where the whole intent of Meta is?
You might have.
Basically working in VR. That's what its goal is. They're aiming to put people in a VR workspace.
Are they actually gonna get paid though?
Yeah, no, they'll be doing their jobs in VR. They'll be doing their jobs like conferences and all that shit in VR. They'll be doing their job, but use VR as a tool for like meetings and shit,
I mean, I guess that's kind of
and
cool.
spend their workday on a VR headset. Not playing a game, working.
That sounds kind of cool, but at the same time, I would hate that.
Yeah, I mean, you're like plugged in all the fucking time to VR,
You don't got to go to work. You're just working from home at that
but
point.
at the same time, think of the VR like, the VR is not in a very optimized spot to be doing that. And the second thing is, a lot of people can't handle VR because it makes them sick.
Yeah.
And you want to have these people spend an 8-hour day. And then like also Meta was forcing their employees to buy the fucking $1,500 VR headsets. And even the developers for Meta said that they hate it. They hate this whole thing. They don't even enjoy it. So how do they expect customers to enjoy it? And that's, that's that whole thing,
Yeah, I would hate that.
I fucking would too. Fun thing, if you're a Madden fan, which I don't know why you are, EA has lost 60% of all Madden 23 franchise cloud saves.
Yeah, fuck your game.
And I mean, it's unsurprising. You're basically paying for the same fucking game every year, and this just goes to show you, like, stop doing that.
You know, it blows my mind too, because like the ultimate teams, you can spend real money on that. So imagine all the money you could have just lost right then and there.
People have probably lost thousands of dollars on this, and the
Guarantee
worst
it.
part is that they're not recoverable at all. EA made a statement so that you can never get that shit back.
Must be nice.
Why was that? No, why would that be nice?
Why not?
I don't know. So Logan, what just happened?
That happened.
So Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo NFT game is apparently a scam.
Crypto Zoo?
Crypto Zoo. It's an NFT game. So most sensible people nowadays will have a project that involves NFTs. Like Logan Paul has got this hard leaky dick over NFTs, just like every fucking social personality has. They're all about NFTs. Like, buy my NFT. That's how they are about it. They fucking think that they're gonna be. It's funny because he's a millionaire and he wants to make millions of dollars off fucking digital shit.
Isn't NFTs like your own personal, like...
It can be.
You ever watch South Park?
Is there an NFT episode? I haven't seen it yet.
Butters sells NFTs and they're adults.
Oh, is this the one where they like it's like in the future and
Post-COVID.
Post-COVID, and they're all grown up and shit.
Yeah. Dude, so funny.
I gotta
watch
see this fucking episode. And then after that, I'm gonna show some videos of a really cool guy. His name is Norm Somerton, aka the pig with tits.
Yeah, pretty cool guy.
And if you don't know who I'm talking about, wait, hang on. Yeah, I'm 18. It's like, are you 18?
Yes. Okay.
So this is the guy we're talking about. We're gonna look at this guy, Norm Somerton, the pig with tits.
Oh,
He's
what
a
a
real
guy. I don't
He's
know
a
how old
really
he
cool
is.
guy. There's some fun videos of him on the internet
He is
too.
a cool guy. I wish he was my grandpa.
Yeah. So let's talk real quick about our the past year. You've had a lot of successful things happen in the past year. When are you going to start? When are you going to do this VOW shit?
Starting at Vow February 20th.
Did you tell Sean yet?
Yeah, he knows. Sean told me he knew I was going to start working there.
He knew before you told him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I was just like, hey, Sean, it's like before we left work, I was like, I just want to let you know I got offered a job at Vow. And he goes, yeah, I know. He's like, I told Zach to hire you. I was like, oh, you did? He was like, yeah, man. He's like, I think it's too good of an offer for you not to take. And I was like, huh.
I love Sean. He's a stand-up
Dude,
guy.
Very awesome guy. Very straightforward. Cares about everyone he talks to. Awesome dude.
That is true. No, I mean, yeah, that's good though. That he basically was like, yeah, give him the job.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, Zach's awesome too. So, I was like, well, it sucks that I'm leaving you. And he's like, well, you're not really leaving me. He's like, you guys work with us all the fucking time. So
That's also true. I was actually thinking about that when you were telling me about it. The Vow and the VSO are pretty close linked.
yeah. Yeah, so my counties, so essentially I'll be working with like specific counties. Well, I'll work with every county, but like the main ones I'm going to focus on, like Walworth and whatever is just north of Walworth. Because I live in Burlington, so, it makes sense. I'm already out there.
Yeah. For those that don't know, VOW is the Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin. It's the tiny home community. They build tiny homes for homeless veterans
Yes.
and basically rehabilitate them and send them back out into the world.
I mean, yeah, they're really big on like, homeless veteran is really what it is in mental health. So it's pretty cool.
Yesterday was the last day that people can get the GWAT, by the way.
Yeah, I knew they were stopping that.
Yeah, last day.
They are also stopping the National
Defense Ribbon.
Mm-hmm. So people that join the Marine Corps, nothing. You're not getting shit on your fucking.
The only thing that Army people get are the Army Service Ribbon. That's it.
It's a rainbow.
You get the one rainbow. Everything else is just, you don't get shit, kids.
It's like, dude, when I came out of basic training, I had three.
Yeah, I think right now I have an 8 stack. I don't even remember.
I got as well. I just made a shadow box.
I didn't. Ugh, God damn it. I didn't make a shadow box at all.
I did it for my office.
Closest thing I have is that. And everybody,
Lame.
it is.
I'm just kidding. It's pretty cool.
It's you should see some of the other guys' stuff. They got fucking static lines put in theirs, unit photos with the fucking fire teams and shit. I didn't get any of that.
My brother got a beer pong table.
Did he?
Like a custom made beer pong table.
I kind of don't think that I was well liked in my unit.
I don't blame him.
And I just, the thing was, I didn't associate with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I just kind of stuck to my own fucking world.
We didn't do anything like that in my unit. You got out, all right, fuck you, go away.
That's true.
Right.
I mean, it was almost mandatory that you got some kind of award before you left, and you also got like all the guys got together and pitched in money to get people like a plaque like that.
I wish. That'd be sick. I would love to have
It had to
like
get
that.
sent to me in the mail.
That's so cool they did that. Instead
I
of just
know.
like, F you, we don't care.
I mean, they liked me. I mean, I was pretty close with them. I just didn't do a lot of things with them because I was with my best friend, who was one of my squad leaders. Me and him would just fucking play video games all day. We didn't go out. We traveled once in a while. I kind of just stuck to my own world, mostly because I was dating my ex, and I was not all about going places and traveling because she was all like, "Me, you're gonna live a second life," and I'm like, I kind of wish I did, but
Yes, you probably would have been a lot happier.
I think I might have stayed in Italy if I did that. Who knows? But yeah, this past year we talked about a lot of things. There's a lot of lawsuits, especially with Activision. Game Awards were about a month ago, or
I didn't
earlier
watch
in the
them.
month. God of War did not win.
They took second, right?
Took second.
Dark Souls took first.
Dark
Not
Souls, yeah.
Is it Dark Souls?
No, Elden Ring.
There we go.
Same difference. It was made
Yeah.
by the same people.
Yeah, I knew that. That's the only thing I really saw.
And then that apparently, actually, no, they didn't win. Bill Clinton won. Bill Clinton won Game of the Year. You don't know about that?
No.
Some kid fucking gets on stage during the acceptance speech by From Software. This kid just walks on stage with them, and he kind of just sits out in the background. No one's paying any mind to him. No one knows what he's there for. No one knew anything. And then after the acceptance speech, the kid took the mic. It said, "I want to nominate this award to my newly reformed rabbi, Bill Clinton."
How old was this kid?
He's like 18, 19 years old.
That's hilarious.
He got arrested, and security was like, "What the fuck?"
There's a rock over here.
There's a lot of rocks over there. Welcome to my witchy wife's desk.
I hope I don't get bad juju by rubbing.
No,
on
you
this.
won't. The ticket that she held won you a gun.
Okay.
What makes you think she's got bad juju?
Well, you just call her a witch. I have a rock.
Not all witches are bad.
Okay, that's fair. But she could be if she wanted to be.
She could.
So, little
She's
did we
probably
know.
got like some kind of fucking hex under the chair.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
anybody that's not her that sits in it.
Well, yeah, I mean, she took her armrest off, so therefore
She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't like armrests, and now she hates that chair. She wants a new one. I'm like,
Why? Because she wants armrest now.
no, it's apparently super uncomfortable. I mean, if you feel it, it's hard as a goddamn rock.
I mean, feeling like on the side, pretty hard.
Yeah, it's hard. I have a seat cushion under mine. Like mine's an old chair. I need a new one
Get a
too.
sore butt
Yeah, dude, super sore butt. My fucking butt hurt, literally. God damn it.
because your witch wife put a hex on your booty hole.
How was your Christmas?
Spending money?
Spending money. What, on your kid?
No. Well, yeah, but on actual Christmas Day, because I didn't have my son, he's with his mother. I went to the casino and
Why?
my whole mom side went, so I said, screw it, why not? So everything, all the money I got for Christmas, gone.
God.
170.
Did you even come out on top once?
No, yeah,
Were you at Potawatomi?
yep. $170 in like 2 hours, gone.
Dude, I went to the casino with like $60 and I never once came out on top. I lost all of it within the hour and I was like, I'm done.
Yep. I didn't draw any
I
money
realized
out,
then
so-
I am not a fucking gambler.
No, I'm not either. Second casino I've been to, I don't care for them. Just like strip clubs, don't care for those either.
It's just, I mean, yeah, once you've been to one, you've been to all, and they're kind of the same, and they're just money pits at that point. Like, there's no point of even going there.
Potawatomi is nice. I've been to Ho Chunk and the Dells. That place is booty hole. So there is definitely a difference.
I went to a
can say
strip
that.
club in the Dells.
How was that?
It was surprisingly cool, but the only thing that sucked is it was full nude.
Why does that suck?
You would think, and I tell people this all the time, you would think full nudity is cool, right?
Is it
Until you
awkward?
see it. No, until you see it, it's horrifying. When you got a chick twerking and her asshole's opening up and it looks like a breathing fucking,
Like a dragon.
like an alien door. It's like,
That's awesome. I would love
and
to see
she's
that.
like twerking. I'm like, oh my God, you could see in her asshole and she's like twerking and her butthole's opening.
puts her booty hole in your eye.
And then we know how they kick their legs out and they do the spread thing. And then you just see their shit just. It's just like that. It just opens and you're like, oh, it's not fun.
I've been to one strip club in my life.
Hang on, I gotta turn your brightness up.
I went to one strip club in my life. Never again. I walked
You only
in
went
there,
to one? I used to go to them all the
I
time.
walked in there. It was like a brothel.
Yeah, a lot of them in Europe are like that. Where you go in and it's funny because like you pay for just the time, and the girls that dance, it's the girls on stage in Europe. They're not there to dance and put on a show. Not like here. Like usually the girls on stage will do a show, and they do all kinds of weird, crazy shit,
Juggling.
and like or fucking spinning when holding on with their toes.
A sword down her throat.
And like, I think the craziest thing I saw when I was in Italy was the first strip club I went to. These chicks it was a porno show where they fuck on stage and
That's
then they
awesome.
lit the dildo on fire. It was weird.
What the?
I know. I was like, whoa.
This next trick, we're gonna light this on fire and shove it down my throat.
See? Quanto no cinque? Vaffanculo.
Yeah, I
It
love
was shit like that. And then never again. Most of the strippers are Ukrainian, Romanian, Eastern Bloc chicks. Now, I will say, no disrespect to the Eastern Bloc, but y'all's women don't age well. It's like as soon as 30 creeps around the corner, it all comes back to them. Like, are those the whole decade of partying and being like, smoking and drinking? And it's like these chicks are late 20s, early 30s, and they look like they're 50. And like they just age.
I love that for them. Speaking of 50s, I'm trying to find a sugar mama. So
And you're trying to find a sugar mama?
Mm.
Good luck with that, especially in Wisconsin, man. And you're going to find a sugar mama that's like, yeah, she's got money, but she looks like the fucking livestock.
all I gotta do is talk to her. That's it.
No, she'll want more from you. I want a nice young. Look, try to hook up with that one. No, she's married. The European chick,
Yeah.
one that was like all over your nuts at the
Yeah.
fucking event.
Yep.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah, I definitely would.
But yeah, like so the strip clubs in Europe, it's basically the girls get on stage and they just do these like fucking half-assed. They do this weird like swaying thing on the pole. They don't even dance, and it's basically a show to get in the private dance. But the difference is in Europe, you can touch the dancers in the private dance.
I mean, you can also just be like, "Hey, I'll give you $50 to suck my wee wee," and they'll be like, "Okay."
It's more than that. It's like €300.
Okay, well, in Europe though, it's not illegal to be a prostitute.
No, it's not. I mean,
I'm
it's
sure in
actually
certain
it's illegal
areas.
to not pay them. And believe that or not, it's not illegal to be a prostitute. It's illegal to not pay them for their services.
That's fair. Because
You can go to jail if you say I don't want to pay for this.
this
And
was terrible. I only lasted 30 seconds. I got to give you $100 now.
yeah, I may or may not have fucked a couple of them strippers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was fucking hammered during some of that, but
It's okay.
I can't tell you if it was great or not because I was damn near blackout drunk.
Probably was great.
No.
That or you thought you were getting laid, but they were just fucking with you, and then they took all your money, and then you were
No,
just fucked
I
up
definitely fucked one of them.
once.
I don't know if it was once.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it wasn't just once.
Yes.
Europe was a fun time. I'm not gonna lie.
Must be nice. That's where I wanted to go.
I'm so sorry, man, that your career didn't take you that direction.
I tried to re-enlist to go there, and they told me to fuck off.
Yeah, that's surprising. Any New Year's resolutions?
To not be fat anymore.
That's everybody's resolution.
Yeah,
That's
really
mine.
about it.
Me and Alicia have been going to the gym at like 6, like getting up at 6 to go to the gym every day.
I would have to get up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym.
You mean like Mike?
Mike gets up at like 1:30 in the morning.
I don't know how. The gym doesn't open until 3.
I don't know, bro. All I know is that man gets up with the butt crack of dawn.
He gets up he goes to the gym at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
And I'm like, why? I used to do that. I'd go to the gym at like 3:30 in the morning before work. And I did that for a few months and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
It sucks. I hate it.
Yeah, it was COVID also happened, so that kind of stopped me from doing it. So I was working more hours. So like my days were 10-hour days and they would start 6:30 and end at 4:30 every day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, because you get home and you just want to go to bed.
I know. You look like you want to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm tired.
What would you do? Stay up all night?
I didn't go to bed till like 2:25, 2:30 in the morning.
And what time did you get up?
7.
Why?
I went golfing this morning, bro.
You went golfing today?
Yeah, there was like indoor simulation golfing.
Oh, I was going to say, you went fucking golfing? It was like 20 degrees outside. Everything was covered in ice and frost.
Well, yeah, but I played at X Golf in Kenosha.
I don't even...
Do you know where the Ford dealership is on Highway 50?
Yeah.
Right across the street.
There's an indoor golf thing there?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So all it is like it's a big simulator screen. You just smack the ball into it, and there's like sensors that pick up all your senses when you swing your club at the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty damn accurate, bro.
Is it?
Yeah,
You want to go golfing this summer? Like real golfing?
I go real golfing every summer, so yes.
I went golfing once last summer, and I was like, I need to do this more. I don't know why, but I've started to enjoy it. And I was like, I'm going to get myself a set of clubs. And I saw how much they cost, and I was like, I don't know about that.
Go to Play It Again Sports.
Play it, what? Oh, get a used set?
That's what I did. I spent instead of like a couple $1,000s, I spent like $600 and got a full set of clubs.
It'll be a while before I do that because I'm paying off that beast behind you. Look, I got my wife a computer.
She doesn't have a fucking brick anymore.
You mean that fucking thing?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Why?
That's the PC.
That looks terrible.
She had 4 hard drives in that fucking thing, plus a solid state. So she had 5 hard drives in the thing.
That is terrible.
Yeah, I know. I opened it up, and I mean, it's not a bad setup in there. It's just there's enough to put 2 computers in this fucking thing.
Yeah.
She has a server. She had a server for a computer.
It looks like a server.
I know. Like there's like slots to put like more USBs in the front and shit. Like those 4 slots in the front. Those are, and you should see the fan in the front. The fan in the front is like this big, dude. It's huge.
I gotta poop.
You want to take a break so you can take a shit?
Yeah.
All right, go poop. Sound like a shotgun blast coming out of your ass.
Probably.
It's like,
You probably could hear me in there.
I definitely could.
Yeah.
It could.
It was wild. I sat down, came flowing out, baby. Like
I know.
hot lava.
That's usually how I feel after my first coffee of the day. First thing in the morning, and then like my farts are absolutely horrible. Really bad. Like Alicia has to light sage in here when I fart because she's like, why? And she gets upset, especially because I always happen to do it when she's eating. And I feel really bad about it.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I mean, I kind of do because I'm like,
shit.
I don't even think about it. I'm just like, I got to get this out of me. And then I let it go. And then, I mean, like I'm playing a game.
You know what? It was a rock. The rock made me had to poop.
Yeah.
There is bad juju on this.
No, she's cleansing you. It's cleansing you.
Yeah, it's
It's
emptying the
cleansing.
bowels of my inner demons.
All the toxins are coming out of you, but they just happen to be coming out of your asshole.
Yeah.
But-
All better than my mouth, I guess.
Better out than in, honestly. You ever heard of a poop
You just
transplant? Yeah, I did.
Guess we'll see how bad it really smells.
It won't be that bad. Well,
A poop
actually,
transplant.
yeah.
Do you know what docking is?
Yeah.
I got to explain to Sean what that was
You did?
because we were cracking jokes. I was like, "Yep, better than docking." He was like, "What's that?" I was like, "Well, since you've asked,
Since you must know.
I'll be more than happy to share." And he looked at me, he goes, "Well, what happens if no one has foreskin?" I was like, "Then you can't dock."
How do you not have foreskin? Even if you're circumcised, you can still do it.
Okay, but not as well.
You can do it enough.
You want to get that whole glove.
You
on
honestly
thing.
really only need one person that isn't circumcised.
That's what he said. What if everybody is circumcised? Then what? You're just touching tips.
That's what we call dry docking.
That is fair.
Before we do our year in review, let's talk about some topics, kids. It's time. It's time. You ready? You fucking ready, dude?
Yeah, I did.
All right, kids. So FTC had gotten paid a $245 million settlement from Epic Games. So the FTC's $275 million proposed settlement with Epic Games owner Fortnite alleges the company violated the law by collecting personal information from kids under 13 without parental consent. Sounds like China. And by enabling voice and text chat by default, an unfair practice that puts kids and teens in risky contact with strangers. Wait, you mean game chat?
Yeah.
That's every game
Yeah.
that has multiplayer. You're
It's-
prone to
it's
be.
at default.
This isn't like. Well, there's got to be more to
I
it.
bet they can only imagine what's going to happen.
Well,
if they make God.
there's honestly probably a bit more to this. But wait, there's more, much more from the separate $245 million proposed settlement with Epic Games for the use of digital dark patterns to bill Fortnite players for unintentional in-game purchases. How much money can a company take in by selling virtual costumes, dance moves, and pinatas shaped like llamas? It won't surprise Fortnite fans to hear the answer is billions, especially when, as the FTC alleges, Epic used a host of digital design tricks, dark patterns, to charge consumers for virtual merchandise without their express informed consent. What's more, the FTC says, when people disputed unauthorized charges with their credit card company, Epic locked their accounts, depriving them access to content they had already paid for. The proposed FTC consent order is an agency's largest administrative settlement to date. Continuing reading from some insightful and instructive quotes from consumers and employees who didn't hold back about their opinions of Epic's tactics. So essentially, they were charging for things that they weren't authorizing to be charged for.
I'd be pissed.
I would be too. That's like Call of Duty's store charging you for the fucking operator pack, and you didn't even want it.
Don't even get me going to Call of Duty right now.
I haven't been playing it.
I can't.
Why? Did you get banned?
No. I thought I got shadow banned. But whenever I log into a game, or I get into a game, whenever I get into a firefight, I can get disconnected from the server. So,
Really?
yep, if I get shot at or if I shoot, it'll disconnect me saying, disconnected from server. No error code, nothing. There's a Reddit full of like thousands of people that are pissed because it's happened to them too. People are like, you probably got shadow banned. Go check. I went to go check. I didn't get banned. My account's just being stupid. I can't even play Spec Ops, bro. Like the co-op multiplayer. Nothing.
It's a good thing that there's a lot of better games out there that you can play.
I still enjoy it though.
I don't. I stopped playing it.
I'm level 230 right now.
I played it for about a month and I was like, this is it for me. I'm done.
I have like a 1.58 KD right now.
I touched Warzone once and I was like, I don't enjoy that. And then
No, I don't either.
and I think DMZ was the only game mode that I played the most.
I like DMZ.
Have you played Tarkov this wipe?
No, I haven't played Tarkov in like
They released Streets.
Yeah, but a couple buddies I know that play, they're really not having a good time this wipe.
That's every fucking wipe.
Well, there's like a lot of bugs that they've been running into.
That doesn't surprise me. They added a new fucking thing, and with the rate that fucking Battle State works on their patches, and how long it takes for them to roll out patches and shit. Like,
If I was a scab, I want to kill scabs. That pisses me off that you get bad karma if you kill scabs. Stupid.
They're
Yeah.
talking about making the karma carry over.
Like, do wipes? Yeah, that would suck. I play Marauders, though.
Yeah, I played it for a little bit. I thought it was okay. I didn't really.
Space Tarkov.
Space Tarkov is what they're saying. It
I
is.
love it.
All right, back to this.
All right.
So, for the technological Rip Van Winkle's Among Us, Fortnite is a hit video. We don't need to talk about that. Although people can play the basic version for free, Epic charges for in-game purchases designed to enhance gameplay. The FTC alleges that with millions of consumers' credit cards conveniently in hand, Epic failed to adequately explain its billing practices to customers and design its interface in ways that let authorize charges. You'll want to read the complaint for details, but here are a few dark patterns the company allegedly used. According to the complaint, Epic set up its payment system so that it saved by default the credit card that was associated with the account. That meant kids could buy V-Bucks, the virtual currency necessary to make in-game purchases, with the simple press of a button. No separate cardholder consent was required. Although the currency was imaginary, the charges Epic packed on mom and dad's credit card were very real. What did parents and users have to say about Epic's methods? Here are some. Hello, Epic Games. The charges associated with this account were made without my authorization. The account is associated with my 10-year-old son's account, and I am really disappointed that there's no checks and balances that alerted me of these. And my 10-year-old could purchase coins worth of almost $500 so easily. I've actually heard of parents having their whole savings account drained by their kids on Fortnite.
My brother, I think it was his daughter, did the same shit.
No.
And, well, Epic actually refunded him the money.
Oh, that's good.
This was like 5 years ago, though, so.
Well, they have limitations in place now that don't allow a certain number of purchases per day or per week, and the parents can set this up where only this much in purchases can be made for this amount of time, and it can never go over this much for like the month.
I like how they said it enhances your gaming. All you're getting is fucking skins. You're not
Skins,
enhancing
I know.
nothing. Nothing's changing.
Well, there were
with the way
some
you
things
look.
like the Dragon Ball Z skins, apparently, because it came with a Kamehameha blast, and apparently that was like one-shotting people.
That's kind of sick.
And it was only for that one event.
I'm going to be honest. That's still sick, though.
And you could fly around in the flying Nimbus.
Just imagine Goku fucking you rolled up.
There's a lot of that. And weirdly enough, Vegeta was also around. It was Vegeta and Goku, and they were both doing Kamehameha, which I think Vegeta should have been doing Final Flash, but that's me. And they were both flying around in the flying Nimbus, which only Goku flew on. So, but it was still cool because you had the flying Nimbus that you could fly around the map on. So what people would do was they would get on the flying Nimbus, or there's like escapes and shit that you can do in Fortnite, I guess, to get away. I don't know. I haven't played the game.
I have, but a long time ago.
So, Epic Games is swindling parents with unauthorized game purchases, tricking young consumers, and using shady practices for billing. I authorized a one-time Epic Games purchase for my 11-year-old son, but discovered Epic Games did not erase my credit card info. And thus my son has been making unauthorized purchases, racking up $140 in less than 8 days after the initial authorized purchase. See what happens when you leave your kids unattended with a video game that you put money into? They spend it.
Must be nice.
What is this? It must be nice.
I always say that, bro. Whenever something sucks,
But
I say must be nice.
It must be nice to have something so bad happen to you.
Yeah, must be nice.
Is your life so good that nothing bad happens to you?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Epic's own fraud and risk consultant expressed similar concerns internally and recommended that the company require account holders to confirm their CVV numbers before charging the card on file. Steam does this.
Yeah.
Especially with games that have, so like Destiny 2, like if you want to buy the in-game, like the premium currency, you need to enter your CVV code in through Steam before you can authorize it, as most games on Steam are like.
Steam also allows you to link your PayPal account, and you just click continue because it says recognize you on this device, and then it'll purchase it without any kind of password or anything like that. So if you have your PayPal on there, get fucked.
Yeah, I don't have my PayPal on there. I use my card because it always, I have it set to ask me for authorization before any purchase, and for like the CVV code and shit.
You don't have any kids though, so why?
Well, fraud, in case my shit gets hacked.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about my fucking crotch goblins doing it because I ain't got any. So
Fuck trophies.
fuck trophies. So this is standard best practice and it prevents kids from using mom's credit card without her permission. However, by the time Epic finally took that advice, the company had already billed account holders for millions of V-Bucks transactions, many of which were unauthorized according to the FTC. Another dark pattern alleged by the FTC's lawsuit is Epic's design of in-game purchases in a way that made it easy for inadvertent button push to lead to unwanted charges. For example, for users playing Fortnite on a small screen on a smartphone, the company placed the button to preview merchandise very close to the purchase button. The upshot, one misaligned click and a user still in the window shopping phase of an Epic immediately deducted the cost of the item from the player's V-Bucks balance. So basically they put the buttons too close so you'd accidentally hit the purchase.
Which I'm sure happens all the time.
Oh, I bet it does. Users also reported unwanted purchases when the game was waking from sleep mode or in a loading screen. That's weird.
Yeah.
What's more, the FTC says Epic used inconsistent and often counterintuitive designations for the buttons, an alleged digital dark pattern that also led to unauthorized charges. For example, when playing Fortnite using the Sony PlayStation controller, the button to preview merchandise has a cross on it, while the button to buy certain items has a square. But for other items, those functions are reversed. Users who press the square can preview items, but users who press the cross are charged. Interesting. So basically, if you basically hit the X to view and square to purchase, but on some items they flip it. So instead of previewing it, you ended up purchasing it.
That's shiesty.
Epic was undoubtedly aware of the consequences of its design choices given what users were reporting to the company. I like to raise concern I have with the in-game store. There's no confirm purchase button when you go to buy a skin, glider, axe. The reason I say this is because about 2 months ago I accidentally misclicked purchase on a glider and had no intentions of buying, but instantly just took the V-Bucks and that was that. I accidentally purchased a skin for using my V-Bucks. When I meant to rotate it and check it out, fat-fingered the square button on the PS4. We are really disappointed that you were unable to help us with, as we feel my son's V-Buck accidental spend would have been avoided if your system had more confirmation steps before buying items. Most other games companies have clear steps before you can purchase. Example, item goes in the basket. The question's asking, are you sure you want to purchase this? Press the button to complete your purchase. Your purchase process has none of these steps, and we believe that it's designed to take advantage of young users and accidental purchases, which probably makes sense.
That does make sense.
In addition, the FTC alleges that Epic set up roadblocks that hindered users' ability to reverse unauthorized purchases. For certain purchases, Epic imposed a flat no refunds policy. For other inadvertent buys, the FTC says Epic deliberately requires consumers to find and navigate a difficult and lengthy path to request a refund through the Fortnite app. hiding the button in a hard-to-find location under the Settings tab. And it sounds a lot like how a lot of companies are when it comes to canceling subscriptions. They make it so hard to find how to cancel a subscription.
Yep.
And you have to go digging for it or Google where to find it. And then it often takes you to customer support where they ask you a series of questions. And then, like, I've had this so many times where something that I didn't want to be subscribed to anymore, certain apps on my phone that I would use, I don't want to pay for that subscription anymore, so I want to cancel it. I have to go through certain steps to do that. Like, I couldn't do it through Google Play anymore. I had to actually go to their website and cancel that manually, and then go through a series of questions of why I wanted to cancel.
I love it.
And they basically throw up these roadblocks to stop you from canceling. And it's so stupid.
Dude, that's like everything, though. A lot of things are like that.
I know, it's so fucking dumb. Where did I leave off? So what if users went to their credit card companies to dispute unauthorized charges? According to the complaint, Epic locked them out of their Fortnite accounts, denying them access to the merchandise they bought that wasn't the subject of the credit card dispute. To settle the case, Epic has agreed to pay a $245 million, which will be used to provide refunds for customers. In addition, the proposed order mandates an overhaul of the company's billing and dispute practices and bars the use of dark patterns to get consumers' consent. Once the proposed settlement is published in the Federal Register, the FTC will accept public comments for 30 days. That's a weird thing to say.
Yep.
So yeah, Epic has not been having a good couple of months because they just had to pay $200-something million to FTC. Now they're facing another lawsuit, which I think is not going anywhere. And that's the whole Fortnite is addictive. And they basically said in the article that I read in the last episode that they were saying that Fortnite is causing kids to become super antisocial, no social skills at all. They're basically being held back mentally and emotionally. And that's when I said that is on the fucking parents, because people use Fortnite as a babysitting tool.
Yeah.
And I know people that have done this.
Well, video games in general.
Video games in general. And then they wonder why their kids won't go out and play. And it's because they've been used to having games be their babysitter. So it's no wonder.
They could be my babysitter.
What they could? Oh, you just go play video games.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly, I played video games of my own volition. I didn't even get forced to. My mom wasn't trying to get me outside. But because I got bullied a lot as a kid, I didn't want to go outside. Because all the bullies lived in my neighborhood. And
Must be nice.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. It was actually horrible and traumatizing, and I had to go to therapy as a kid for it. And I ended up and then I started beating the shit out of them.
That must be nice.
That was nice. It was very, very vindicating.
Say I'm weird again.
No, they would make fun of my weight and stuff, and like they were here's a little bit. But the biggest thing was that started the teasing with me was my first time on a school bus. On my way home, the bus driver passed my house. And I was like, you passed my house. And he just refused to fucking listen to me. I started crying because I was upset. I wanted to go home. He kept passing my street, my house. And everybody made fun of me, called me crybaby. And these are all like third graders and shit. I'm in kindergarten.
Crybaby.
Yeah, they were like screaming in my face, crybaby, crybaby, throwing shit at me and stuff. And then
where the hell did you go to school?
In Illinois.
Compton?
No, I went to school in Beach Park, Illinois.
Yeah, crybaby.
So, like, and then it got bad because when I was like first, second, and third grade, these kids in the bus would say, execute Brock. They were talking about killing me. These are kids like in third grade. They bullied the fuck out of me.
That's shitty.
Like they would come to my house because a lot of them lived on my street, and they would come and bully me, and then like throw shit at me in my yard, and like I didn't have any friends on my street. And then one of them said, hey, you can come play with us. I was like, okay. So I go to his house, and he's like, you can't come in my yard unless you say the F word. I'm like, I don't want to say it. I don't like swearing as a kid.
Mm.
He's like, say it. Like, don't worry, you won't get in trouble. Just say it. Like, you can play with us if you say it. I'm like, it took me a while. I'm like, fuck. And he's like, get out of my yard. And he told on me. He said he told his mom that this kid on the street was coming to the yard screaming at like cuss words at him. And she believed him, came to my house, told my mom that your son's been coming to my house and yelling swear words at my kids. and shit. And I was like, they told me to say it, and they wouldn't listen to me. So then I killed them.
Hmm.
No, I'm just kidding.
Must be nice.
But they would come to my house very often and like, you know, tease me and shit. And finally, I
One
snapped.
day, you just like
I
you
started.
fucking want one, bud?
I started taking Taekwondo. I started taking martial arts as a kid. I met Chuck Norris and everything, and I won martial arts competitions as a kid. It was great.
You're not supposed to use your hands as weapons, Brock.
When they're using their hands on me, I'm gonna. But the thing was, I was afraid of hurting people. I didn't want to hurt people. I was like very against it. I was afraid that I'd get in trouble. And then when I finally was told as a kid by my mom that no, it's okay. And then I just started beating the shit out of them.
And then I went to boarding school.
Yeah, pretty much. So like I took this one kid came, and then I was in my driveway with my bike. It was him, some other kid, and their sister. Oh, what have you done? Hang on. Tilt it up. Tilt it up. Tilt it up.
That was hot. 2 guys, 1 hole.
So anyway, so these kids came, and it was them and their hunchback sister, and they were Palestinian kids. And one of which I thought was my friend because I was in school. I had the same class with him, and I was in the same martial arts class as him. And, you know, I kind of thought he was my friend. Well, his brother, his little brother, and his older sister, and some other kid would always come to my house and fucking tease me, throw shit at me and stuff. And I was in my driveway, and they were like surrounding me in my own driveway. And my mom came outside. And they were just like, you know, giving me shit. And I like turn and look at mom, and she's like on the porch, like, kill them. And then I got off my bike and I threw it on the ground. And then the kid was like, huh? And then I threw him into the ditch, and I just started beating his face in the ditch. And then I like his sister was like, I'm telling my mom, and I sat up and I looked at her, and then she tried.
You fucking want one, bud?
No, so she was trying to ride away on her bicycle. And there was, I don't know how this happened, but there was one of my other neighbors who was my friends, but they were homeschooled kids. There was a baton in my ditch, right? I grabbed that baton and I threw it in the spokes of her bicycle, and she went to the ground. And then they all ran home, and they only lived up the street. Then the other kid that I thought I was friends with came to my house and was like, you beat my little brother up. I'm going to fight you.
All right, bet.
And I was like, I don't want to fight you. You're my friend. He's like, no, you beat my brother up. I'm going to fight you. So he went and got his sparring gear, and I got my sparring gear. And then I remember it's funny because the kid that lived next door, they were homeschooled. They were like very religious people. And that kid hated how that was getting treated by all the other kids.
Yeah.
But because
Did he get picked on too?
not really, he just had his own little group away from me. But he would still like hang out with me and play with me and stuff because, you know, I was, you know,
The weird kid.
the weird kid. But me and him liked the same things, and there was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But so this kid came back over to my house, and he wanted to spar, and the Christian kid came over, and he's like, Brock, he's not your friend. Hit him. And I was like, no, he's my friend. And this kid was like hitting, like wailing on me. And I'm like, I don't want to fight you and stuff. And the other neighbor was like, he's not your friend, Brock. He wants to hurt you. Hit him. And I finally just did. And I broke the kid's fucking nose.
Hell
One
yeah.
pop. One pop is all it took. And his nose started bleeding. And he cried and he ran home. And then the oldest brother, who was like 18, 19 years old, came driving up in his car. He's like, hey, I heard that you like
Beat up my family.
He's like, I heard you beat up both my brothers and my sister. And I was like, yeah, they kept bullying me. He was like, well, it sounds like they deserved it. And then he's like, I hope you're okay. And then he left.
Nice.
And it was like this kid he was like the older kid that no one ever really talked to. And he was like, and you could tell the parents were like, go see what happened.
Yeah.
And he was just like, what happened? And I told him, and he was like, well,
Fuck
sounds
'em.
like they deserved it.
Fuck them kids.
And then I just started fighting a lot. Like kids on the bus that were bullying me, they would hit me, and I would give them the 3 warning rule. I'd tell them twice to stop.
Then beat
And
their
then the
ass.
second time, I'm like, if you don't stop, I'm going to hit you back. And they would do it anyway because they didn't think I would. And I remember this is one kid, he was really small, but he bullied the shit out of me. And he was on the bus, and he kept kicking me in the knee. And I said, stop. And he wouldn't stop. I'm like, if you don't stop, I'm going to hit you back. And he didn't. So I grabbed his head by his hair and I fucking smashed it into the window as hard as I could. And he started fucking bawling. And yeah, he stopped doing it. There's only one kid that used to bully me that I hit that he actually fucked me up afterwards. But then he stopped bullying me though because
he humbled you a little bit.
no, but he stopped bullying me after I did it
Yeah.
because he didn't think I would do that. And I got him pretty fucking good and he got me pretty good. And then he stopped fucking with me after that. And then I went to military school and everybody thought I killed myself. They told me that freshman year when I came back, like, Brock? And I was like, yeah. They're like, where have you been for the last 3 years? I'm like, I went to military school. Like, we thought you killed yourself. And I was like, oh, why would you? I was like,
Here I am.
I was like, why would you think that? I was like, well, people were really bad to you. Like, you got bullied really bad as a kid. And we all thought you committed suicide or moved. And I was like, nope, went to military school.
Here I am. I still hate all of you.
Yeah, I got and it's funny because fast forward, some of the girls that were really mean to me as a kid, like as I got older, were like they all fucking obviously fell apart.
Yeah.
And they would like hit me up in the DMs and shit. One particular, and I remember her very well being really mean to me. And like now she's like, you know, a single mom and shit and let her life go. And that's
a lot of people, man.
Spends money on fucking
NFTs.
On I like this Kardashian NFT. But she spends money on fucking makeup and lip filler and shit. She's the kind of chick that would like overdo her lip line to make her lips look bigger than they really are.
Do I know her?
You might.
Does she live here?
Yeah. Why don't you tell me who you think she is?
I have no idea.
You might know
What
her.
does it start with?
An A.
I need to look now.
Hang on. Let's pause real quick because I need a beer. I want to show this to you.
Ahead.
So yeah, anyway, they're the kind of girls that, you know, they have these high standards for having a man. Like, he needs to be 6'2", 6 figures, you know, chiseled body. And the only thing they offer to the table is fucking emotional damage, someone else's kid, and no job. And fucking, you know.
Are you recording right now or no?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay.
And they smell like fucking Fritos and shit.
Like the one girl I just showed you. That's exactly what that reminds me of. Exactly.
Unreasonably high standards.
Yes.
Now, listen, I'm not saying people shouldn't have high standards for themselves.
But be realistic.
But avert your standards to, you know.
Be realistic for yourself.
If you are a fucking deployment 9, but in the civilian, but outside of that, you're like a 4.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
definitely know what you're talking about.
Bring the mic closer to your mouth.
I definitely know. I mean, we didn't have any females when I was deployed. Obviously an all-male unit, just like you. But we had one female.
We had medics that were female.
Nope, we didn't. We had one female, and she was in the S shop. She used to fuck guys in the
barracks.
No, like the bunker or like the little mortar bunkers.
Really? What a slag.
Yeah. There was like she had a type though.
Shit. Oh.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
We had another chick in an S shop that was just like that. You'd see her in the bars all the time. She had new mans every time.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, you got them barracks bunnies. Yeah. And they just fucking, that's what they do. That's why they join. They didn't give a fuck about the job. They just want some dick. And then like I said, the deployment, I had that because there was some girls that were in my guard unit. We had females in a combat unit.
I mean,
because now it's a new thing. And when I came back in, that wasn't a thing. It was a thing when I was in the guard, but before I came back, that wasn't a thing. So me going to another unit, it ended up being a thing, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, my reserve unit. First day I showed up, I saw females. I was like, "This is weird."
It was strange to get used to.
I always felt like I had to be careful what I said.
I didn't. They didn't give a fuck. Shit. Like that was the cool thing about the girls in my unit when I was in the guard is that they were just like us. They didn't give a fuck what we said. And they would listen. They would take advice. The only thing was that emotionally they could not handle the stress of
emotional damage.
No, they couldn't handle the stress of, and these are just the ones that I was with. There was a couple that couldn't handle the stress of what we were doing. Long fucking 12 click maneuvers through the hills and shit. And then it's just like, it hurts. It sucks. I'm wet. I'm like, yeah, I know.
That's part of the job.
And they were questioning, I don't know if I want to do this job anymore. And
Too bad.
well, there was one that was under me, and I sat her down in the middle of like one of our stops because we were taking a break to eat and, you know, just recoup and shit. And she started crying. And I said, look at me. And I said, it sucks now, but I promise you, when we get to our fucking point, you were going to look back at that and be like, that sucked, but we did it.
Yeah.
I said, it sucks now, but it will be done and you'll be okay. And I said, you just got to push through.
Should just gave her the 240, bro.
We didn't have 240s.
I know you did.
But I kind of had like talked to her. You know, it was like, it wasn't one of those like, stop being a fucking pussy and move. It wasn't that. It was just like, I had to talk to her.
That's active duty.
Yeah, that's active duty. But like, you know, but on the other hand, it was just like all the guys were keeping up fine, except for the fat fucks. But which then you yell at them because they're fat.
Yeah.
But the girls, like, they kind of can't help it because they're just not built for that. A lot of them are not built for that.
Very few of them are.
There are very few that are. I'm not saying women can't do our job. I'm just saying most can't, or most are just not built for that because it's hard. It's physically demanding to a point where the female body is not made to handle certain things.
Shit, dude. There was things that we did in the infantry that I don't even know how I managed.
Same, right?
You know, drive through it, but I did.
And the thing is like, I'm paying for it now.
Oh, dude, I hurt every day.
Me too.
I'm always tired.
I'm always tired. I'm always in pain.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to physical therapy now.
Good.
So I'm actually going to be going Tuesday. I'm going to get dry needled in my neck.
That sounds terrible.
Apparently it's not. Alicia gets it done every month.
They're going to put a needle in your neck.
And move it around. It's like acupuncture.
I don't like the sound of that.
It's apparently not that bad. But anyway, like, you know, I sat her down and I was just like, and then she came up to me after the whole thing was done. She's like, you were right. That actually, you know, looking back on it, like, that really wasn't as bad. It only sucked during it. And I was like, I told you. Said, don't quit.
Yeah, then you get where you're going, then you're soaked from sweat.
I told her, I straight up told her, and I'm like, there's one thing you're not allowed to do, and that's quit. I'm not going to let you quit. Like, you could say that all fucking day, and I don't care.
Yeah.
You're going to do it. Like, there is no quitting. So you just do it, and when you're done, you know, you get to the point, you do your job, you can fucking look back on this and be like, okay, and just power through it, and you'll be happy that you did afterwards. And then it's just nice. The moment you get to your point and you can chill and realize that you don't have to do that again, it's different.
Yep.
And then the next one after that isn't going to be as bad.
I'm out of the reserves now. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you're officially Dunskies. How does it feel to be a free man?
Fine, I guess. I mean, it's nice, but I feel like I joined the reserves because I missed it. And then I hated the reserves. I don't think I'm going to miss the reserves, but a part of me feels like I will, you know.
You're going to miss the guys. You're going to miss the boys.
I don't really care about most of the guys in my unit, to be honest with you.
See, that wasn't the case for me in my guard unit. Actually, I loved a lot of those guys. You know, and I missed in some of the we had a lot of fun together. I will say that.
I miss a couple of the boys, but that's really about it.
Yeah. Active duty was also like, I kind of miss those guys too.
I miss all those guys. Those are my boys.
I know. It's a different dynamic, you know.
We were doing hood rat shit when we were 20 years old, running around doing things that grown men shouldn't be doing.
You mean fucking chicks with no condom? Lots of that. Excuse me. All right, so next topic, kids. Nintendo and their Nintendo things.
Ooh.
So, popular YouTube channel Did You Know Gaming receives a copyright strike for Heroes of Hyrule video. Now, what is this that we're going to discuss? So, there's actually an update with this. They reversed this. So, Did You Know Gaming? We won Heroes of Hyrule videos back up. This is their update to this. Like, they reversed it. But let's see. Here's the original. And this happened earlier in the month. So, Did You Know Gaming is apparently the latest victim of Nintendo of America copyright takedown. According to the popular YouTube channel, best known for documenting long-lost video game history, its recent Heroes of Hyrule video received a copyright strike. Their statement says Nintendo has removed our Heroes of Hyrule video from YouTube. This was a journalistic video documenting a game that Retro Studios pitched to Nintendo nearly 20 years ago. This is an attempt by a large corporation to silence whatever journalism they don't like and slap in the face of the video game history preservation. We're exploring all available options to restore the video. And it's true, because Nintendo is notorious for fucking striking down shit that they don't approve of.
This game got canceled 20 years ago.
I know.
Why the fuck doesn't matter now?
Because they think it makes them look bad. As if like copyright striking a fucking channel won't do that itself. So did you know Gaming's research revealed Heroes of Hyrule was styled like Final Fantasy Tactics and would have been focused on 3 heroes who were tasked with rescuing Link? Which, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it does sound cool.
In the end, Nintendo rejected Retro's pitch before any gameplay prototype could be completed. This isn't the first time we've seen a copyright strike like this. There's nothing like stopping companies from issuing copyright claims of these sorts of scenarios. Last week, Did You Know Gaming also released a video about another long-lost retro pitch known as Metroid Tactics. You can learn more about the project and also Heroes of Hyrule on our previous coverage. So, what's this say? This is a tweet. So Nintendo has removed our Heroes of Hyrule video from YouTube. Oh, we literally just read that.
Yeah.
So the update to this is that they reversed it. So Did You Know Gaming has provided an update revealing the video has now been restored. YouTube has also apparently confirmed Nintendo was responsible for the copyright claim. Now, I didn't see anything about why they did this. Was this really a month ago? Yeah. So let's see. So the Review Tech, I actually follow this guy on YouTube. But they always go on these fucking DMCA strikes, man. And it's stupid. And look at this. Even Nintendo starts crackdown on Steam custom art. So Steam announced the new user interface in 2019, which changed the look of the platform. Let users create custom art for the games, even Nintendo games. A site to host all the custom art was made. Steam Grid DB, a database for all Steam games where users can post their own version of a game's box art and banner, making the site thrive in creativity original art. This eventually led to users to make some really humorous banners like this one, which I bet Hideki Kamiya saw immediately and blocked the person who made on Twitter while getting angry at himself for laughing. Bayonetta. Bayonetta's ass!
Fucking M&Ms.
Steam lets you edit background images for games, so I did this. Oh,
That's
my
hilarious.
God. Steam users greatly enjoyed the system, started using it, but the games in their library, including non-Steam ones. For those unaware, Valve lets users add non-Steam games to their library, which includes games from other platforms or emulated titles. The latter of which has provoked Nintendo's ire because they are hardcore against anybody being able to play their games outside of a Nintendo platform. And it sucks. And then the other thing is they're very notorious about limiting the amount of like a game's title, limiting the amount of time that it'll be available, and then never letting you have it again. Even to the point where people can't really stream Nintendo games without facing a copyright strike by Nintendo.
I don't think I've really ever seen anybody stream any Nintendo game.
Because of that. Nintendo's hardcore about people streaming their games because they think that they're going to lose money by it.
I never thought about that till right now.
Nintendo's hardcore about streamers playing their games because they look at it as a copyright infringement. You're showing our product.
You're not from us.
And it's the only game publisher that does that.
Yeah.
Which is even crazier. Let's see. So, let's see. Where does Nintendo saw the original box art for some of their games being used and issued a DMCA to the custom art site, prompting them to take down any artwork owned by the company. The site's creators did manage to leave the fan artwork untouched at the behest from Nintendo. They seemingly did not care about the original fan art. Okay, so anything that was officially theirs, they struck.
Yeah.
Any fan art, they left alone. This, of course, only lasted for a while, and creators promptly went back to uploading copyrighted material because Nintendo surely can't sue everyone, I hope, which isn't true. They will try. The reasoning behind the original takedowns was Nintendo thought it could lead to customer confusion, which is nonsensical as the site never offered anything related to piracy or said that Steam was offering these games. something that has been observed over the years. Nintendo is aggressive with copyright. Earlier this year, the company sued Comfort Food Video Games, a one-man endeavor for archiving old. I remember this. And archiving old game magazines and manuals like Super Mario 64 Strategy Guide. The strategy guide in question was exclusive to Japan and hasn't been sold commercially for decades. Nintendo fans can now rest easily as the likeliness of Mario and Link have been thoroughly protected from the hands of those miscreants making custom box art. There was... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't fucking Nintendo that did that. I'm thinking of something completely different.
Probably Activision.
No, it wasn't. It was like something. It was like an anime. But essentially, like, Nintendo has been famous for shit like that, where they'll fucking like nuke an entire YouTube channel over Nintendo shit.
That's stupid.
It is stupid.
I'm curious how it would go if they try to do it to somebody big, though, you know?
They have.
Like who?
There was, let's see. Nintendo copyright abuse. Nintendo's copyright abuse. Let's see. This one. Nintendo hits YouTube creator with over 3,000 copyright strikes. This was February of this year. Hang on. Copyright. Let's see. Okay, Nintendo brings down YouTuber with thousands. Okay. It was this guy. This was February. So this guy took 2,200 takedown notices. Gilva Sunner, who hosted Nintendo's music for 11 years now, says they will delete the channel this Friday. Gilva Sunner already faced 1,300 copyright strikes over the weekend, says it's really not worth keeping the channel going anymore. Many in the community are sad to see this development. So this guy had, how many fucking subs did this guy have? I think he was a pretty sizable channel. Let's see, as was talked about Nintendo's other content creators have over the years. YouTube has documented these legal challenges over the video since 2019. The latest wave and the most excessive. It's worth noting that this despite Gilva Summer claiming they don't monetize the videos, and many of the games in question never having their soundtracks released in an official capacity. So yeah, it's that's an absolute fucking overkill right there. Because 3 copyright strikes will delete your channel. They gave this dude 3,000. And the reason why they do that is because YouTube has to review all of the copyright strikes.
Yeah.
And with that many of them, it could take years. So essentially the channel can't even be active anymore. And because they have to review all those strikes. 3 is easy to review. So they go nuclear with it.
You know what? Fuck Nintendo.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck those fucking fuckers.
I don't like them anymore. I do like Mario, though.
Yeah, I mean, everyone likes Mario.
It's the only good thing they've ever done.
I know. Speaking of shitty stuff.
Zelda too, though. I mean,
Speaking of shitty stuff. Legendary programmer John Carmack leaves Meta. So, as reported by the New York Times, John Carmack has left his position with Meta. Carmack had previously been the CTO of Oculus and stayed with the company after its acquisition by Facebook in 2014. After Carmack's internal announcement of his departure was leaked to the press, the developer published in full on his public Facebook account declaring, "This is the end of my decade in VR. I have mixed feelings." Carmack praises the Quest 2 as a piece of hardware, writing that the headset is almost exactly what I wanted to see from the beginning. Mobile hardware, inside-out tracking, optional PC streaming, 4K-ish screen, cost-effective. While Carmack has misgivings about the software, he is heartened by the Quest line's sales success and mass adoption. The issue, Carmack writes, is our efficiency. The programmer refers to Meta as an org that is only known for inefficiency. So essentially they're using the product inefficiently, and they keep pushing for it, and it's costing money. We have a ridiculous amount of people and resources, Carmack continues later in a post, but we constantly self-sabotage and squander effort, adding that he thinks Meta is operating at half the effectiveness that would make him happy. Carmack goes on to elaborate that while an influential voice of Meta, he has never been a prime mover. He seems to indicate that the company politics was never his specialty.
Interesting word.
Yeah, fire is 2 syllables. And that he preferred to focus on the technology. The post ends with an optimistic note, however, with Carmack saying Meta is still poised to lead the world in VR implementation as long as those in the company make better decisions and fill their products with give a damn. And that's his way of saying, that's honestly his way of saying that, like, there's a promising future here if the head honchos get their heads out of their asses.
You said give a damn. Made me think of Doug Diggadome.
Doug Diggadome, who's that?
That's how you say it? The guy from Fairly Odd Parents. You ever watch that? No, you're probably,
yeah.
You're probably too old, huh?
No, I did watch that.
Doug Diggadome, the guy with the big old hat.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes.
So let's see. Carmack is most famous as one of the co-founders of id Software, where he led development and tech behind such classics as Wolfenstein, Doom, Quake, laying much of the groundwork for modern-day 3D rendering.
Quake. I love
Quake. In addition to his development contributions at Oculus and Meta, Carmack's involvement with the companies and advocacy for VR lent credibility to the projects as VR struggled with mass adoption for much of the last decade. Now, that's the other thing of that we've talked about with Meta and how they're just overly ambitious. And one of the things that they've been focusing mostly on is its use and not its user experience. So the user experience sucks, and they're focused hard on its practical application. So they want to focus on its application and not the experience itself.
Yeah.
And that's where they're fucking up, because they're like, we want people to use this for work. Instead of making the experience better, they're trying to make it usable for work. And it's like, no, because if you make it usable for work, but no one likes using it, no one's going to use it.
Exactly.
And that's the problem that they've been having.
It'll be trial and error.
On top of that, VR is such a niche thing. And I say this all the time. VR is so niche that it would take so long for it to actually catch on that they're just throwing all their fucking eggs in one basket with it, and it's not ready yet.
I would say maybe one day you can do that.
One
but
day.
It's not now.
No, it's not.
Because honestly, I think VR gaming will be the future.
And even if you look at VR games now, a lot of them just seem like tech demos.
Yeah, like
There's one game that is probably very well done, and that's Half-Life Alyx.
I don't think I played that.
So it's a Half-Life game. It's a VR game, and it's very intricate. And its graphics are fantastic, and like it's very intricate about how you can load bullets in the fucking magazines and stuff, and like you can pick things up, and you can put buckets on the fucking crab things, on the head crabs and shit, and like it's like a good experience for VR. Everyone says a lot of people said that Half-Life Alyx is one of the best VR games ever made.
Well, people like Hotshot a lot too, but Hotshot, whenever I play it, I feel like I'm in a demo.
Right, because it looks like a demo.
Yes.
But Half-Life Alyx looks like it's made on the fucking Unreal Engine. So,
have you played VR before?
Yeah, a few times. I thought it was fun. It's just not something. I mean, I tried playing VR Skyrim.
Dude, I've seen videos of people doing that. They have like a treadmill they hook themselves up to, so they're actually running in the game.
I know.
Like, imagine doing that. You're gonna be burning a lot of calories.
I mean, it's a workout. You're being active while playing a game.
Fusro
da. You ever see that chick on TikTok?
No.
She's got a VR headset, and she's like, she would always walk up to people in fucking villages in Skyrim and like hold them up by their necks and
Maybe
stuff.
I have seen that. Yeah.
And she would like say something. She's like, "You got in my way, and you won't stop talking." Throws him in the air, Fusro da, and she's like, Fusro da. She's like fucking like shouting at everything. It's hilarious. So Carmack's focus now is his startup Keen Technologies, presumably named after id's early platformer series, Commander Keen. Keen's focus is artificial general intelligence, a branch of AI focused on mimicking the holistic, adaptable intelligence of a human. Oh, no. That doesn't sound good at all.
No.
As opposed to the pursuit of narrow applications like AI art generation or graphical and scientific simulations. It's hard for me to read this as anything but defeat for Meta, but that comes after an inopportune time for the company. Hardware loss leaders are common in gaming, but as of July, Meta's Reality Lab division was posting a nearly $1 billion in losses every month. Meta laid off over 11,000 employees in November, while political and privacy concerns continue to dog Facebook and Instagram, and the company's previews of the metaverse have been widely derided. So they boast on how many users they have. They said, we have this many active users. Like, no, that's how many accounts you have.
Yeah.
That's not how many people are actively using it.
Yeah, but they'll keep saying that.
I know they will because they're a fucking multi-billion-dollar corporation. And I've been saying this, especially look at this. Losing nearly $1 billion a month.
Must be nice.
It's like usually a company that sees a 10% loss go bankrupt.
Yeah.
They have seen a 50 to 70% loss.
So who's funding them?
Shareholders and shit.
Mm.
And even shareholders have been like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Because they're seeing that all this money is being thrown into research and development for the metaverse. And
shit.
there's no, I mean, have you seen what the metaverse even looks like?
No.
It looks stupid.
I have no idea.
It's stupid. Let me show you this.
What is the one that was it Mark Zuckerberg that was making like a metaverse?
Yeah, this is theirs. This is what they're like, oh, it's gonna be like this and stuff, but in actuality it looked like this. This was like everybody was on Twitter like dogging him on this because it was like this, you've been spending how many years on this and how much money, and this is what you have to show for it. And he got pissed. Super pissed.
Well, yeah, it looks like shit.
Yeah, this is their idea for it.
Which would be cool.
But
it
that's
looks
not.
looks like you have a 2D Russian palace in the background.
And it's not at all what it looks like. And everyone's taking notice. Like this is boring. It's stupid.
This is caca.
It is super caca. But Zuckerberg was so humiliated by that fucking response to that selfie that he.
Which I don't know why he would even post. He's like, God, this looks sick. Why don't you post this? And then he posts it.
Because he's out of touch with humanity. That's the truth.
He's probably he's a lizard.
He's a fucking lizard man. Like he's not human.
No.
You know, if you look behind those eyes, there's no soul there.
No. Just a lot of money. That's about it.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, the idea is cool, but the way he's going about this idea is shit.
Give it about 50 years, bro, and try again.
Yeah, when we're all dead.
Yeah, we'll be alive.
Some of us.
Yeah. I hope to see 80 one day.
I don't kill myself first. Anyway, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so EA, for those of you that just won't stop buying fucking Madden and then complain about
Madden.
Here's the thing. People that buy Madden every year have nothing good to say about it every year.
I buy the previous year when the new one comes out because it drops down to like $10.
It's stupid. The whole thing is fucking stupid. And the money that they put in this game, they claim to put in this game, the money that EA gets for Madden versus what they've actually done to the game it's like, where's that money going?
The only thing that's different is new players and different stats.
It's a roster update.
They still use I don't know now, but before they were still using graphics from like 2001 in their games. The people in the crowds.
Yeah, the crowds have no reaction. The sidelines have no reaction. They use the same animations. They even said they couldn't afford to get the referees. Notice how there's no referees in the games anymore?
No.
You haven't noticed that?
No.
Yeah, they haven't had referees since like 2012.
Nope, didn't know that.
Because they said they couldn't afford it. However, they make tens of billions of dollars off their fucking microtransactions.
How can you afford
They
it?
couldn't
Just
afford to
AI.
mocap the refs.
There's AI you throw into the game.
They couldn't afford to mocap the refs. That's what they claimed. So they took the refs out. So there are no refs in the game.
Besides if there's a foul.
Yeah, that's it. There are no refs anywhere in the fucking game.
And I guess I never really looked.
And then there's even like every year it's the same exact game to the point where Madden 21, or actually Madden 20, had Madden 2019 menus.
Yeah.
And then backdrops said Madden 2019, and this is Madden 20. And you know what they did to fix that?
Update.
No. They made the menu bigger
Nice.
to hide it. So they used the same asset. They just hid the logo. So
we can't afford to change it, guys.
no, all the money that they make off of this game goes towards them. It doesn't go towards development. They don't do anything new. They add a couple of things. It also has the same bugs. Madden 23, is 24 already out?
No,
No.
23 just.
So Madden 23 has the same bugs that 22 had, with a random building in the middle of the fucking field, that being one of them.
I know that was a thing.
Oh, dude, the bugs in Madden 23 and 22
Is it a
were
building?
meme-worthy. They were meme-worthy. There was like a house, a mansion in the middle of the fucking field. There's also a lot of other bugs with like, you know, like with player animations and stuff. There's even some bugs where there was like 10 of the same player wearing like the same exact player in a huddle. It was like this white dude with blonde hair and a purple hoodie just standing in a circle. There's like 10 of them.
That'd be kind of scary.
It's just like, we
Who are
actually
you?
talked about this on one of our earlier episodes, was, you know, a year in review. We talked about Madden and all the issues that it had and how even the players hate the game. They think this is the biggest piece of shit that EA has launched. Every year it gets worse. In fact, I think 3 of the 10 worst rated games on Metacritic are Madden games, and they're all the recent ones. Because Madden is EA is notorious about removing features from Madden for a couple years and then reintroducing it as new.
John Madden got old. He didn't have a word anymore in the
Speaking of
game,
John
and they just
Madden,
fucked him.
the fucking John Madden edition of this game, which costs like $120, you know the only thing different about that game is the menu. That's it.
Sick.
There's nothing different about the game except the fucking menu, and then it gives you some like the card packs.
There's something really extra, I guess. You know, like what extra could you get in Madden?
Exactly. What are you getting for your value?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. You were getting nothing. You're getting a John Madden menu. Congratulations.
Must be nice.
And then you get the fucking 1970s John Madden
Card
coach.
pack or some. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Coach, you know, like you can have him as a coach for the Raiders
Yeah, whatever.
or whatever the fuck. So it is stupid. So we're gonna talk about like the new fun thing about Madden, and that's they've lost 60% of all the 23 franchise cloud saves. Developers predict that only 40% of the franchise saves are recoverable. So EA just admitted that 60% of those who lost their franchise cloud save on Madden 23 will not be able to recover it at all, as the studio predicts that only 40% of this lost data is recoverable. This comes after server outage left players unable to log in from December 28th to 29th. Anyone who attempted to play during this time may now have lost their franchise saves forever. So they got to start all over. And all those fucking loot boxes they spent all that money on, you think EA is going to give that back?
Absolutely not.
No! And you know why you should stop buying Madden? This is why you should stop buying Madden, because of shit like this. You spent all that fucking money. I get heated when it comes to this game. You spent all this money.
Did you used to like Madden?
No. I just hate the business practice and how people are stupid enough to keep doing it. They keep
fair.
falling for it. And I know you like Madden. Cool. You like football. And you know what? If you like football so much, fucking stop being a piece of shit and play it.
You know what they should bring back out?
What?
NCAA football.
Yeah,
I love that.
they
shit.
are.
I know they are, but they've been saying that for a few years.
No,
now.
next year they are.
Guess we'll see. Is EA making it?
Yep. Yeah, they are.
It's gonna be shit.
Yeah, I
too.
know.
Oh,
EA
shit.
announced that NCAA is coming back. They announced this earlier in the year or late last year that it was going to be coming back in 23.
Gotta love it.
But my point still fucking stands that people keep falling into the same pattern of this stupid fucking game, and there is no incentive for EA to do anything different to fix it. Same bugs, same issues. Rinse, repeat, cookie cutter. We're going to use the same assets from last year and charge you $70 for it next year. And all you got for that was a couple different players. And the customizable players, you have maybe 30 different fucking facial options, which, by the way, they're the same guy with a different color skin tone. That's it. That's all it is. It's like one's brown, one's darker brown, one's white, one's a little bit whiter, one's a little bit less white. And it's like, that's it. They're the same fucking structure of a player. And granted, like, I've seen other games with like even more in-depth facial like customization options. Skyrim, a game from 2011, has more facial customization options than Madden does.
Yeah, because it's Skyrim, bro.
And then, but also, like, people spend so much money because all that they give a fuck about is that stupid loot box shit.
Yeah.
Like those card packs. You can only rank your player up so high, and then you got to spend money and hope that you get a good fucking pull on these stupid card packs, get your player to be better. And then you end up dropping hundreds of dollars. I worked with a
Funny
guy,
scheme, bro.
dude. I worked with a guy that said he spent $1,000 in Madden one weekend. He blew an entire paycheck when he was in the army. He blew a whole paycheck on Madden
You know what's
cards.
funny though? You don't even play that one anymore.
No, he doesn't, and they don't carry over.
No.
They don't. And even worse in a case like this, where it's like you spent all this time and money to get your team the way you want it, and you lost it, and you can't get it back, and now you can't get a refund.
Must be nice.
Must be great. So, in an updated blog post on the issue, EA estimates that 40% of leagues will be recovered. So they say, with others unable to be restored. Players are understandably disappointed with the news. Disappointed, I think, is an understatement.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
They also particularly frustrated that the support team had previously encouraged them to log in during the initial server issue, causing them to potentially lose all their franchise progress. First off, we are sorry this happened. Opens the new post on the issue. We know how important your franchises are, and you are actively working. We know how important your franchises are to you, and we are actively working on a fix to restore some files via backup as soon as possible. However, not all affected leagues can be restored. So basically, just letting us know all of our hard work is flushed down the drain. Thanks. Are you guys going to compensate us that won't be able to get our stuff back? Let's see. What does it say? I feel like some refunds for the game itself are in order. So even before players hear their save files are safe, they're being encouraged to start a new franchise now that the mode is running again. And it's funny because the franchise mode has been kind of a buggy thing since the beginning.
Yeah.
It's been kind of like a broken thing. Everyone says the franchise is broken. You often can't even do it because what will happen is the game will crash in the middle of your franchise and you have to start over.
Must be nice.
Must be fucking great. I'm gonna kill you. But yeah, like the franchise mode was broken from day one.
Yeah.
It's therefore pretty likely that a lot of fans are going to be disappointing news when their data couldn't be saved. The latest statements make no mention of any compensation being sent to those who have lost their data. However, with so many demands for refunds in the replies, it's possible the issue will be addressed once the initial data loss has been fully realized.
Probably not.
And it won't be. It won't be.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
It fucking won't.
I mean, look at Star Wars, bro.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I think they did give refunds for Star Wars.
Did they?
Yes, because the backlash was so fierce from the Star Wars thing that Disney threatened to pull their license from them.
Well, they should have pulled their license from them.
Well, they ended up turning it around, and granted, first impressions are lasting, so Battlefront 2 did not become successful. However, Battlefront 2 is still good. It's a good game.
It is a good game, but I mean, I know me and Mikey were playing it together for a long time, and I don't know, maybe like a year ago now. He said it was like unplayable. It's just full of hackers at this point now. I don't know if they fixed that.
Probably not.
But I haven't touched it
Now,
since.
then they also had Star Wars Squadrons,
which I heard was a flop.
No, I heard a lot of people were saying it was really good.
Well, if you actually had the actual flying whatever.
No, the flight sticks and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I heard it was fun doing that.
And you can play it in VR.
But I knew that too. But a lot of people I knew that like play with like mouse and keyboard or controller hated it.
The other thing about it that was very surprising is that it was half price, and all the content that came out after launch was completely free.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm terrible at flying TIE fighters in the regular Battlefront 2, so I can only imagine how bad I'd be playing that.
Really? You're not a good pilot, huh?
Well, I'm good with like helicopters and like squad and not even in squad,
Bro.
But like Battlefield, I'd be the best goddamn pilot you could ever have.
Well, I used to be a really good pilot in Battlefield.
Yeah, not anymore. But
no, not anymore. Like
Battlefield 4, I was flying underneath bridges. You know, I'm doing backflips in the air with helicopters. Like, I was that guy.
I was too. I used to actually fly when Battlefield 4. I would fly the Apache exactly how we would do it in the military. Not me, I wasn't a pilot, but like how our pilots would do it. So like we would have a gunner and we would stand off from a distance and fucking engage with a 30 millimeter from a distance and then I would fly in. And the other thing about it with those helicopters that if you flew at a certain altitude, like below, you couldn't get locked on from the aircraft. They'd have to just shoot you.
Yeah.
But like you can get in between shit that the jets couldn't and get away from them and stuff. You only had to worry about shit from the ground and tanks. But if you were far enough away from shit, like it was easy to just take shit out.
Bro, if you try flying anything in these games now, you're getting shot down in like 3 seconds.
I know. I've tried.
2042, terrible game to even begin with. But anyways, get in the air, you're dead. Unless if you're like God up there.
Some of these pilots, when I played Battlefield 4 again before 2042 came out, some of these pilots, I'm like, are you using flight sticks?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how are you maneuvering like this? I can't do that.
Yeah.
How are you doing that?
Yeah.
And it was just like they would fucking turn on a dime. And here's me taking like 6 miles to fucking turn. Like fucking just.
Give me a second, please.
I'm like using the air brake, taking my afterburners off, kicking them. Like I'm throttling my afterburners to kind of fucking spin faster, not working. And they just happen to they're in front of me. And then the next thing you know, they're behind me. I'm like, how? How did you get behind me?
I'm sorry for shooting at you, please. Don't kill me.
I'm just trying to get the fucking achievement, man.
Oh, shit.
I know. Battlefield 4 was the best one. One of the best ones.
Yeah, I like World War II as well. I'm a big World War II kind of guy. People always hate World War II games now, but
I know. I tried getting a lot of guys in Regiment. I only got a few guys in Regiment to play Hell Let Loose.
I love Hell Let Loose.
All the Call of Duty players hate it.
Well, yeah, because you can't just run and gun. You get shot, you're dead.
They're like, I don't like how long it takes for me to respawn, and I don't like how quick it is to kill me. And I'm like, yeah, it's a hardcore shooter.
Yeah.
So this is a milsim game. Like this isn't.
They wouldn't like squat out of then.
It's like you're not gonna fucking bunny hop your way around a corner here.
No,
you're gonna bunny hop your way in front of a fucking tiger tank and get your ass eaten, dude.
You peek around the corner, ding. It's like, well,
Dude.
I'm dead.
I know. Then you got some of those snipers in that game are
Dude,
fucking.
Flamethrower in that game. I haven't got it, obviously.
My support is not high enough to even use it.
I've seen people use it. Ridiculous.
I have to. I'm like, I want to use it, but I'm like, I have to rank up my support, which I never play support, and you have to be level 8 support.
It took me to get to level 3 for the shotgun. It took me like 3 months to get to that.
It takes a long time. It's a grind.
It's like level 5, whatever it was.
It's a grind.
Oh, hell
it's
yeah.
a massive grind, and it's not a fun one.
No, it sucks. I still enjoy it, but at least the Russians, they have a rocket launcher now.
Oh, so you're not using that stupid anti-tank rifle?
It's like level 8 to get it, but
That's dumb, dude. Why? Why? Dude, fucking
I
the
just love how mad you just got.
AT for Russians in that game is the worst.
Yeah, they gave him a rocket launcher, but nobody has it yet, obviously.
No, because you have to fucking be damn near max level on that class, which, hell, I used to play sniper exclusively. Like,
Yeah.
me and Bosch would get in, and he would be my spotter. Me and him
Me and Mikey would play as a duo. I'd always be the spotter as well.
and like he was a good spotter, and me and him, like our coordination was fucking great. Like we would just, he would give me countdowns with targets, and they were really accurate. And then I would just, me and him were just slaying. I would come out of games with 70 kills.
Yeah, and you're only like level 3.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Well, no, I think I'm a level 8 sniper now. But like, cause like most of my games, I think my least amount of kills in one game was like 30 or 40.
Must be nice.
Well, maybe if you learn how to shoot. But
Give me the Thompson. That's all I want.
yeah, the Thompson's pretty good. But yeah, like getting level 8 for any class
Hard.
takes weeks to do it.
Longer than that.
If you're grinding just that game and you're only playing it and you're spending hours on it, it could take weeks.
Yeah.
And that's with heavy grinding on it.
Yeah.
And if you're not consistently playing it, if you have like a fucking life, it's harder.
Yeah.
It takes even longer. And it's like, why would you make it so high?
Because
I think
you.
I think they did it because the game's been out for a while and a lot of people are probably damn near close to that.
Yeah.
But if you don't ever play that role, you're not.
Yeah. And you get people like us that just come around here and there.
Also, I want to say that Hell Let Loose really needs to do something about fucking the requirements to be either squad leader or commander. Like, you have to be a certain rank to use those.
But you have to use them to become a certain rank. Are you talking about like after just regular rank?
Yes. Like, you have to be a certain rank to be a squad leader, I think. I think it's to the point now where they could probably implement that, because I'm tired of level 2 dudes being fucking, how do I this? How do I that? And then being commander, and then like you just get balled up, or you have a squad leader that doesn't talk to you.
I hate that.
Dude, I've been running into that a lot.
Shaking hell at loose. We should play soon.
Yeah, I want to, but I've been heavy in the Destiny 2 world and grinding on that, and the Regiment clan wants me to run the new raid when it comes out and help. And like, we just did a raid yesterday, and I didn't die at all. I used to play Destiny 2.
I'm pretty good.
I'm not great, but like I don't have good gear, but my survivability is good. Like I know how to like handle like ads and shit, which are, you know what ads are, right?
Like buffs.
No, ads are additional enemies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like large waves of enemies.
Yeah,
so during raids and
so
shit.
AOE is what you're talking about, area of effect, fucking.
Not even that, but like I know how to handle like the overwhelming number of enemies, as well as working the raid mechanic.
You play as a tank, don't you though?
Not always. No, I mean my main is the Titan, so.
Tank class.
But a lot of the Titan classes have heavy support classes too. Like there's one that has like a bubble that you throw up, and it protects everybody inside of it, but it also buffs everyone's health and weapon damage and shit.
Yeah.
And then there's, you know, your Striker Titan, which has like this, like it's there's subclasses that are elemental. So there's a Void, Arc, which is electric, and then Solar.
I know what you're talking about.
But you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No.
Essentially, like I know how to use the class that I'm playing.
So like, I know WoW. You ever play WoW?
No.
I feel like you would like WoW.
I've tried it. I wasn't into it. I couldn't get into it.
It's fun when you have people to play with.
So is Destiny.
That's essentially what it is. Like if you are by yourself and you don't have a good guild to play with, you're not gonna have fun.
Destiny is here's the thing. You will have more fun playing with people, but there's a lot of things that you can do on your own.
There's a lot of things you do on your own in WoW.
And they're still enjoyable.
Like quest lines and WoW.
Not even just the quest lines, you know, you got your stories and stuff. You got and then like the thing with Destiny is like doing the harder activities by yourself.
You know what game I always wanted to try when I was a kid?
What?
Guild Wars.
What's that?
It's like a World of Warcraft type thing. But I never actually got to play it because I didn't have a PC as a child. Well, I did, but when I was like, I don't know, middle school.
When I was a wee little boy.
Yeah, I had an Xbox. I used to play Counter-Strike, the OG Counter-Strike.
Oh, dude, when I had an Xbox, I did that too. Counter-Strike, Soldier of Fortune.
What is that game? It's like Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur Day on Nintendo 64.
They had an OG Xbox. Dude.
Yeah, that was years later.
Dude.
Conker's Bad Fur Day came out in like when GoldenEye did.
I should not have been playing that as a child.
No child should have. It was the one game I wasn't allowed to play. And then when I turned like, I don't know, 12 or 13, they were like, fuck it, fine. And the one thing I liked to play was the split screen multiplayer with the squirrels versus the teddy bears.
Yeah, the squirrels of the U.S., teddy bears, and the Nazis.
Yeah, and then like you fucking had the machine gun mounts and stuff, and then like the audio in that game was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now the Xbox version of that wasn't as cool as the Nintendo version of that.
I always played the Xbox one.
See, then I think the Nintendo version was a bit better, even because they tried adding more of the modern multiplayer shit, and the original for N64 wasn't like that.
So, this is off topic of this. Before we get in this next topic here, from what you can remember, what is the first multiplayer game you played?
Probably GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was Quake.
Was it Quake?
Quake Arena is what it was called.
Mine was GoldenEye. I'll technically no. The first multiplayer game I played was probably a fighting game.
Like Street Fighter?
Nah, like either Street Fighter or Tekken.
Street Fighter was my shit.
It was like fighting games. There wasn't a lot of...
Mine was definitely Quake. And again, as a child, I should not have been playing that.
Half-Life was another one.
Yeah, no, mine was it was either Quake. No, it was Quake. But then I also played Quake on my uncle's computer when I was like 6, and I should not have been playing it. me and his son were playing together, and we're like, yeah, let's play multiplayer. And it's just a bunch of grown men in there. Well, probably, because obviously there's no.
There's no headsets to talk to people
But just by the way people are talking, just talking shit in the.
in the chat.
Then I also played my other like real early day multiplayer would have been I think Call of Duty 3.
Really? You mean when Xbox 360 first came out?
Yeah,
And when everyone was like, look at the fucking graphics on this.
dude, I remember because you could drive Jeeps in that one, you could drive tanks in that. It was
Yeah, I remember
very,
that.
very immersive. Like there's so much going on. My little mind was just all over the damn place.
Loved it. I played a lot of Ghost Recon.
Yeah, I played a lot of that too. SOCOM, played a lot of
Rainbow
SOCOM.
Six Vegas.
SOCOM, Navy SEALs, used to play that a lot.
Rainbow Six Vegas.
What's that other game called? Dude?
And that game was hard on multiplayer too.
Yeah, it was. I played
Rainbow Six Vegas.
Yeah, I played that with a couple people I knew. What is that other game called? It's a game where they have four operators. Foley, Connor, Bradley, and Jones. It's like Desert Storm, I think.
Conflict Desert Storm.
Yeah, man, my brother used to spend hours on that game.
Same with me and my brother.
They have 3 of them.
Yeah,
Then 4 of them.
and then the last game they ever made with that was Conflict Denied Ops, and it was like mercenary shit,
Yeah,
and it was sucked.
because there was Desert Storm, then there was Desert Storm 2 back to
Conflict
back.
Vietnam.
Yep, played that one. I didn't really like that one that much.
I did because it was super gory.
I think there was another one that was like you're like fighting in like cities, weren't you?
Yeah, there was Conflict Denied Ops, which was
That was-
more.
was that
It was. They turned it into a first-person shooter.
That one, like, were you in a city in that one?
I think so, but it was also a first-person shooter that everyone was trying to get on the Call of Duty trend, and Conflict was one of them.
and they ruined themselves.
And they fucking flopped after because of that. Because everyone was like, Call of Duty was the thing, and then everyone tried copying it, and then it just didn't. It didn't do well because of that.
yeah, sucks.
Everyone tries following the Call of Duty trend, and it failed.
Battlefield. They came in hot though.
Bad Company.
Yeah, my first one though, I think it was Battlefield 2, and then I played Bad Company after that.
I think mine was also Battlefield 2, and then I played Bad Company. Bad Company was my first Battlefield. Battlefield 2 was my first multiplayer Battlefield experience, which was fun.
Mine was too.
I was too used to Call of Duty to like enjoy it.
I was very young though. I didn't really know what I was doing.
Same.
But when I played Bad Company 2, even Bad Company, those games were awesome.
Yeah, they were. Then everyone's been begging EA to make a new one.
Just the humor. I wish they would go back to their games like that.
Everybody does, but
they're poop.
they are the poopy. And they've done Bad Company references because with the Portal in 2042,
Yeah, yep.
they brought Bad Company shit in there, which has everyone thinking that they might actually do a Bad Company game again.
I thought the Portal was a cool idea.
The Portal was a cool idea, it just wasn't executed well.
No. Because it was cool that here I am rolling around in a Sherman, and then I got an M1A2 blowing me up.
That was interesting. A very interesting dynamic to the
I mean,
multiplayer
it was
base.
cool, but it also pissed me off.
Yeah, and it's bad when Portal had a lot of the mechanics in it that fucking their original multiplayer didn't have.
Yeah.
So it's like, why couldn't you put these features in your multiplayer normally?
They also had like a Warzone, kind of. Terrible. Did you know that? Did you play that?
Yeah,
Warzone?
they had a battle royale. It was called, the Battlefield 5 originally started their whole Warzone thing, their battle royale
Which
shit.
wasn't terrible in Battlefield 5.
But it wasn't terrible, but they didn't execute it right.
Yeah, I mean, I like.
And they were introducing that to, are you talking about Hazard Zone?
Is that the new one, 2042?
Yeah, it was like their extraction based one.
Yeah. I didn't care for it.
Nobody did. In fact,
Oh.
and then the server stability was so bad I never got to play it.
I played it twice. Die within like 30 seconds first time. Second time crash. Never did it again.
That was a lot of people, and I knew Hazard
tried.
Zone would fail.
I tried refunding the game after like 2 hours of playing it, and they told me to suck a dick.
Really?
Yeah.
They issued mass refunds.
Not I.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And I, of course, bought the Ultimate Edition.
Of course you did. You know, speaking of refunds, I really hope that people get refunds for this game that Logan Paul did. So, our last topic before we get into fucking pig with tits, Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo NFT game is reportedly a massive scam.
Well, it is Logan Paul. So
Yeah, I know. He spent like too much money on a Pokemon card. So most sensible people nowadays know that any project that involves NFTs in any way is something you probably shouldn't touch with a 10-foot barge pole. Even forgetting all about the negative impacts on the environment, which, who cares? The practice has become nonstop cause of controversy over the past couple of years. If that wasn't enough to dissuade you from grabbing an NFT yourself, perhaps the latest NFT controversy will. Logan Paul has been a controversial character throughout the majority of his online career, although he's been keeping his head down recently by purchasing fake Pokemon cards and starring in WWE matches, which, by the way, being in a WWE match is usually a telltale sign that your career is on the down.
yeah,
Maybe not for him, because I saw the footage of him like doing WWE shit, and he did a very good job selling it. He did a good job with it. Like, it was just like, you know what?
it's real, bro.
It's not. I know it's not real. If the performance is real,
It's real.
if the performance is real. But he put on a really good performance. I will say that.
Yeah,
Like, he was doing things that, and I even though I know it's all scripted shit, but a lot of the things they do in the ring it takes some skill to do,
yeah.
and he was doing it very well. Which is like, and even other pro wrestlers were saying like it's actually pretty impressive on how well he did that.
Boxing didn't work out. Time to do the WWE.
Well, that's because what do you mean boxing didn't work out? He's technically undefeated, but that's also because he keeps fighting guys that have been retired for the last 8 years.
That's Jake, not Logan.
Both of them. Anyway, so Logan Paul has been WWE matches. He's been placed back in the spotlight now, though, as a YouTuber called Stephen CoffeeZilla Findersine has conducted an investigative report into Crypto Zoo, an NFT game that Paul has promoted heavily on his podcast show, Impulsive. For those unaware, Crypto Zoo is essentially supposed to be a really fun game that earns you money, which I guarantee you it does not.
Yep.
A description right from the mouth of Logan Paul himself in the game. In the game, you could buy zoo coins and spend on NFT eggs, which hatch into animals. You can then breed these animals to make hybrids and sell them to make more zoo coins. The rarer to hybrid, the more zoo coins you bring in and the more money you make. It sounds pretty good in theory. It actually does not.
No.
But the problem is that Crypto Zoo has reportedly never been in playable state, despite the fact that users have been spending up to $500,000 in the game. You were an idiot if you did that.
Yeah.
You were dumb.
I don't even have
You were
that much
dumb.
money in
You
my-
were really dumb. In fact, CoffeeZilla reveals that users purchased $2.5 million worth of eggs in the first day of these NFTs being available without the game having launched at all. The Zoocoin currency also managed to reach a market cap over $2 billion before launch as well. Holy fuck, dude. To make matters worse, a victim of the Crypto Zoo scam going on by the name of Helicopter Bob
Helicopter Bob.
yeah. Also revealed that the ability to retrieve your Zoocoin yield didn't work on the launch of the game and still doesn't work to this day. This means that for all the money that investors were funneling into Crypto Zoo, nobody was able to get anything back. Those that invested with cryptocurrency like Ethereum allegedly weren't even able to hatch the NFT eggs they'd purchased. The Crypto Zoo support supposedly claiming the service was down. Logan Paul himself remained pretty much radio silent during the whole fiasco, with many believed he'd abandoned the project altogether, which silence is a fucking telltale sign that a project has been abandoned. And I know this because I know of certain social media platforms, Hover, where the developers just disappeared.
Yep.
Like, so since you don't know, Hover was kind of like TikTok for gaming clips. And it was growing very, very fast, where they even had like big streamers and they were partnering them and then giving them a commission and stuff. And then basically saying it's their way of solving the issue with Twitch discoverability.
Yeah.
So it ended up being a social media platform to post your Twitch clips and would notify people that you were live if they looked at your profile, and they would direct link to your Twitch. They would do these next top streamer things where they would feature you. And you'd have thousands of people tune into your Twitch channel, and they would do these competitions like every few months. And even I was in the competition once, And of course, they didn't pick me because I don't know why.
Because must be nice.
I don't know. But so they did this next streamer thing to get more exposure to smaller streamers and shit. Then the fucking platform quickly became a support for support thing, where follow for follow, watch me, I'll watch you, and like follow me, I'll follow you, and all that shit. Support me, I'll support you. And it never really, it started becoming that self-promoting. Like their Discord became a giant self-promo thing. And it sucks because their Discord, this is the fucked up thing. Regiment has tried to, by the way, I'm now the new host of Regiment's podcast. I'm starting probably next week. Anyway, so Regiment has applied almost 20 times to be a Discord partner, and Discord has denied us. Hover's Discord, however, got accepted in the first try. And this is the fun part about this. Their devs, their admins, the owners of the company, all disappeared. They said, we have a huge announcement coming in, when they say it was in July. They said, we have a huge announcement August 1st. August 1st came around, nothing. And everyone's like, what's this announcement? And then after August 1st, no one heard anything ever again. And to the point where the app has been kind of like not working properly, where people can't create new accounts. People have been having bug issues, like tech issues, and have submitted support tickets to get, for like, hey, this is the issue I'm having.
Yeah.
They have been gone unanswered for months. Radio silent by the owners and everything. Their moderators for their Discord have no idea what the fuck's going on. They said that the devs have completely disappeared. The admins have completely disappeared. The mods don't even know what's going on. No one's been talking to them. They won't respond to text messages, emails, or nothing. They just, and it's funny because you can see on Discord when people are online, and you can see those motherfuckers are on. You can see them on Discord. They're online.
Yeah.
And people have been messaging them, and they just will not respond. They just ghosted the whole, they ghosted damn near 15,000 people community.
Wild.
It was crazy to see it happen, and no one knows what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. So, and usually radio silence is a sign that things are bad.
Yeah.
All right. So, when he did speak, Paul claimed that the reason for the disaster was due to a drama behind the scenes, which of course he probably wouldn't say what it was. The game's code allegedly being held hostage by the developer for $1 million ransom. However, when CoffeeZilla, nice 3 Fs in that, reached out in the same dev, he claimed that he did indeed take the code, but was holding it hostage for the money that Paul owed the development team for work on CryptoZoo. So he paid people to create this game and never paid them. He hired them and never paid them. He said, "While I generally appreciate Steven's creative genius and exceptional work ethic, I mean that this one is simply not true. When appropriate, all bad actors will be exposed, explained, and held fully accountable. I'll speak further on the impulse of January 3rd. Paul has responded to CoffeeZilla's report, calling it simply not true. Then he went on to say that he will explain everything on his episode. Well, we just read that tweet.
Yeah.
Both Paul and CoffeeZilla have also invited each other onto their own shows, although nothing is set in stone right now. No matter what happens next week, this entire saga is just another example that you probably shouldn't be spending thousands on JPEGs. And that's true. Stop spending money on these fucking digital things that were worth nothing, that mean nothing, that translate to nothing. And they've even talked like Logan Paul's fucking multi-million-dollar NFT is now worth like $50.
Yep. Must be nice.
NFTs were never going to take off, and I cannot believe fucking people thought it would. All right, let's talk about the pig with tits. So, hang on. I got to find more stuff about him. So, like we'll kind of, I'm trying to find his videos. He's looking older now. Hey,
what do you mean? Dude's like 80 years old.
I don't know.
He's always been old.
This is what he looks like. Norm Summerton. You two don't take this down. This is a man. I don't know why the video's not loading. Have you ever, so you know what poutine fries are?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Fries with cheese?
Yes.
Hello. Today we're going to make French Canadian poutine fries. What are poutine fries? Well, poutine fries are basically your fries, cheese, and a great appetite. So basically, here is French Canadian out of Quebec poutine fries. However, there's going to be a bit of a change to the recipe. Everybody likes to change the recipe up.
Yes, they do, Norm.
These ones are going to have fries, cheese, pig shit, and pig piss. Ooh, it's going to be a treat. Well, let's get started, shall we? First, the fries. Here they are. Move the camera down. Here's the fries and the nice little bit of melted.
How did you find
cheese.
this?
Your Mom's House podcast. But I also have seen this before. Don't ask where I find this shit. You want to know? I'll take you down a really dark hole.
Let's see it.
So, now I want to point out also he's doing this at the request of his mistress. He has like this dom chick that he was like, you know, his mistress and shit. So his tattoos are great, by the way. I want to point that out.
Cheese here. Okay, so let's get things happening. Yes, eh? Give it a pea on the fries first, eh? Yes, eh? Because we don't want to have an accident while I'm having a nice pig shit dump on my fries. Have water squirting out on the floor. No.
This is such a cool sounding cage, isn't it?
That's interesting. I've never seen those before.
You know what a sound is?
No.
So sounding is when you put something in your pee hole.
Mm.
So that is a rod going into his piss hole.
Nice.
And the cage is to make it to where he can't have an erection. Where if he were to have an erection, it would be extremely painful.
So we just mix that around.
Must be nice.
And make
Yeah.
sure all the fries are covered in pig piss. Oh, it's going to be a treat. Yes.
That's a lot of
indeed,
pee.
eh?
A lot of pee.
Well, now it's time to give the main ingredient, eh? Some pig shit. Yes, eh? Let's hope he cuts it in me.
I hope it's diarrhea. Bro,
Oh, yes, eh?
that's a solid poop.
Oh,
Is that what you did in the bathroom today?
Oh, it's worse.
a little gift, eh?
A little gift, eh?
Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Hmm?
Oh,
Yes, eh? Oh. Now, there, isn't that beautiful looking, eh?
Yeah.
Now,
Don't you know?
we take the
hey,
cheese
hey there, guy.
and we scoop it out here.
That's the cheese.
Into the mix. Oh, yes. Hey, this is the French Canadian portion here, eh?
The other part is my
Nice,
butthole.
gooey, sticky cheese. I know you want to join me for some, don't you? Yes, you do.
I'll pass,
Yeah.
brother.
Yes, hey, take a look at this.
You French Canadian poutine fries, baby.
Now, nothing says French Canadian poutine fries.
Would your New Year's resolution be to try that?
Absolutely not. They probably couldn't even pay me enough to try it.
No, I know.
Now, the important part
I mean, I'll try poutine fries without the shit and piss.
is we have to eat some of our pig shit fries. So we just dig right in there. Here's a nice little number right here, eh? Ah.
You know that don't taste good, bro.
Now you see why being French Canadian is so good, eh?
Now, I've always wondered this. The human body is made to be repulsed by these kinds of things. How do these people eat?
Alien.
How do people eat this shit? Pun intended.
Alien.
How are they able to eat this stuff without reaction? You know?
I mean, look at Two Girls, One Cup.
They vomited
Okay, but they still were eating their own shit.
and eating each other's vomit. So it's like, I don't understand, where are the wires getting crossed where, you know, that is kind of like a thing that they aren't grossed out by.
Honestly, brother, I couldn't even tell you. Psychology, I don't know. Something must have happened to him as a child, brother.
Usually,
I don't know.
honestly, it's often very
Trauma.
like emotional damage. Emotional damage.
Eat all of it.
Goddess, thank you for allowing me to make you some French poutine,
Nope.
Quebec Canadian fries.
He's got it on his lip.
Now I've got to go. Yes, these are going to be so good to finish. Take care now. I love you, Goddess Suzanne.
Goddess Suzanne.
That's his dom.
I wonder if he knows that all his videos are out here like
He
this.
does. He knows.
He don't give a fuck.
Apparently, so his mistress would often say like he would stop for a long time, and he would kind of not do this because he would feel shame in what he was doing.
I don't blame him.
I don't either. In fact, he had the word "pig" tattooed on his fucking forehead. So
I wonder how much money she gives him.
I don't know if he gets. I think he's paying her.
Mm.
If I'm being honest, if I'm being completely honest, I'm pretty sure he's paying her, not the other way around.
Look up his net worth. Look, before he was.
This is him with a tattoo of pig on his head. I can show this part, but yeah, that's Norm. And apparently, like, so his tattoo artist was actually a guest on Your Mom's House podcast with Tom Segura and shit. And he said that Norm is just kind of like a nice old man. Like you'd think he'd be like a nice grandpa. And in fact, this is him, his LinkedIn profile. The guy was an accountant or some shit.
I mean, yeah, look at that picture down there to the right.
That is not him.
No. Oh, no.
That's someone completely different. But this is him.
Mortgage broker.
Mortgage broker. That's what he was. And he was married and his wife passed.
Now he eats shit.
And after his wife passed, he started doing this shit. And yeah, you know, pig with tits.
Love that for him.
What, pig with tits?
Mm.
And it's funny because it's like this guy is like, if you look at him, I mean, he's definitely gotten older since that video too. If you look at this, what the fuck is on his face?
Looks like
I hope not.
definitely come.
Yeah, it's definitely come. His his tattoo says Miss Talon's cuckold property. Slut. You know, it's like how
Like, you don't think she'd feel bad for taking advantage of this old man?
I don't know if she takes advantage of him because apparently the mistress says that she does in a way like kind of take care of him a little bit. You know, he does this on his own volition, and it's not like she's forcing him to do any of this stuff. So, have you ever heard of Fed Smoker?
No.
Oh my God, this guy is an insane person. He looks so. This is Fed Smoker. This guy, you know, he looks like a normal guy, right?
Yes.
It's not manic at all. All right, let's see.
Oh, he died, huh?
Yeah, he died. I don't think he's actually dead though. I think he's still living in Proto. The guy lights his hair on fire to cut it. He pulls his own tooth out with a knife. He yells at fucking cops. He calls them baby rapers, and he's like, "I got a baby raper stamp for you, brother." Yeah. This guy's nuts. I want to show you some videos of him before I end this. I don't want it to all be Your Mom's House stuff. Let's see. Maybe if I go to YouTube and find it. Oh, that's not an S. Smoker. Touch my camera. Let's see. It's all YMH clips. I don't want YMH. Fed Smoker compilation.
Tell goddamn Uncle Sam this fucking food cards for cigarettes and booze, because it's for me.
He would just randomly approach people and do this shit.
Shut your mouth. We're talking, okay? Shut your mouth. Shut up.
Hi, my name's George Ferguson. I want you to understand what the question was.
What's the question, retard? I don't want to talk to you. Why don't you get the fuck away from me?
Dog,
The dog's sitting there not doing a fucking thing, retard, except drinking his fucking water and eating. Hey, you want me to call him for you, motherfucker? Call him up, buddy. They're gonna tell you you're stupid as shit. Then what the fuck are you talking to me for? Don't even talk to me.
Call me
again,
retard
dude.
again.
Okay? Oh yeah, don't you threaten me, you bitch. Don't you ever threaten me. I put cops in prison, you dumb motherfucker.
He's a CI double agent, just so you know.
Hey, why don't you ask him about that, cocksucker? Big Daddy's been getting a little out of shape, Americans. So I thought I'd come in and get a little workout in because I ain't been punching people out for a couple days now. Is there a problem?
So everyone is on the agreement that he was heavy into meth.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, right. And apparently so, like Dr. Drew even talked about how meth heads often pursue police officers and coke heads run from them.
Yeah. Well, move on then. I can film whatever I want. This is America. Take off, pig. Take off, pig. Take off, pig. Take off, pig.
And it's always imagine this fucking guy just approaching you. And it's funny because there are interactions with police officers. Oh, speaking of which, here's a couple where he's just harasses cops. It's fucking great. This guy was insane.
Film cops fucking up, okay? I put cops in prison, okay? You got a problem with that? I was away from him.
Listening to what I'm saying?
What's your sheriff's name out here? You don't appreciate YouTube? Is that what you said? You're going on YouTube, okay? You're going on YouTube too.
You know what?
What?
I'm not gonna have this conversation with you.
How about this? Have you ever been on record with a professional CI double agent before?
Are you a CI double agent?
I used to be. What do you think of that? Huh?
And what happened?
I put cops in prison.
Did you? You
Yeah.
proud of that?
I'm very proud of it when they're burning houses down. Phillips, you're a dirty fucking pig. You're going on YouTube, and when your kids get old enough, I'm gonna investigate them for drugs. You can tell your wife you're a dirty cunt, okay? Okay, buddy? This guy keeps screwing around, threatening me.
He's in an ambulance.
Yeah.
You're gonna threaten me some more, Phillips? I'm a pig smoker, and you're a fucking pig. Beat it.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye, loser. See you later, fathead. This hospital sucks.
How do you get a job here? How do you get a job here? How do you get a job here?
What's up, you sow belly? Let's get that ugly kid of yours in this thing.
He just approaches people. The guy's out of his fucking mind. He's dead now.
What's up, ugly? I don't give a fuck, cat. You're the one going on the net.
What is the number?
Call it, bitch. You're going to jail, slut. Call the goddamn number.
Yeah, call. You want me to take
Where's the other? Where's the one that? Oh, here's this one. He just approaches this security.
You dumb son of a bitch, okay? Listen here, what do you guys, how do you get a job here, you fuckface?
Well, not by talking like that.
I'm gonna talk to the sheriff's department about you, buddy, okay? Well, they're gonna watch it on the internet. You know what? You're fired, okay? You didn't follow proto. How do you get a job?
You didn't follow proto, buddy.
You know what protocol is?
Yeah, I take cops' badges all the time doing that. You know who you're talking to? A retired double agent there, you fucking retard. You're talking to a man that just ruined your fucking life. How do you get a job here? Ta-ta there, retard.
Fucking. Oh, man. Hurt. Conald Peterson. Good old fucking Fed smoker.
How many times he got like his ass beat or people try to fight him?
I don't know. Apparently, a lot of people were just like, there's just so many compilations about it. Like this is him pulling his tooth out with a knife. He's got like this karambit. He just with a broken tip on it. He just rips a tooth out. Have you seen that? Oh, I'll show you this last one.
Things first. You want to take
Oh my
myself
God,
a
look at
hit
this
knife
car.
I know.
like this. Work best. Try to get all the dog food off it. And
Wishing some Pepsi, maybe.
Baby.
Taking notes.
And here's the other thing. This
Some
guy,
white lady, folks.
this guy has a different dog in each video.
Does he?
This is probably going to hurt just a little bit.
Yeah, I'll skip up to it.
Bear with me. Great. I cut my lip. Okay, wait up. We're parked illegally. Quit.
You hear it? Oh.
Damn, this is on YouTube, bro.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck are those glasses frames?
Oh, God, I think I got it. Fuck. Look at that bad tooth, folks.
Damn.
Look at that fucking thing. That's the way you do it at Falcon Car Wash.
Falcon Car Wash, baby. Fuck yeah.
And thanks to your mom's house, a lot of people have been going on Garth Brooks' fucking Instagram and leaving Fed Smoker comments and shit. Because Garth Brooks is a serial killer. So anyway, let's wrap this up. I know you got a party to go to.
Yes, sir.
And it was good to see you again, buddy. Happy New Year. Have a safe New Year.
Yeah, you
Cheers,
too,
man.
bub.
Cheers, man. Drive safe tonight, please.
I'm out of drink, but yes, I will.
Happy New Year, everybody. Here's the fucking 2023. Here's a 2023.
Drip.
Sending 2022 off with a fucking banger. You wanted to be a regular, huh? You and Mikey. I'll be a regular on this show.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Blank there for a second, my boy.
Ta-ta there, retard.
Yes, no big deal.
But anyway, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight. I know there wasn't a lot of news. This is the last New Year's. We kind of had like a party and shit. We just did the countdown and everything. But obviously we're not doing that this year because you have other plans. So, but thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And I will see you on the next one. And you guys as well. We will also see you on the next episode of the Blacklist Gaming Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We love you all.
Love.
And smile for the camera, buddy. Anyway, love you guys. Have a good rest of your night.
Happy New Year's.
Bye.